It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
There aren't enough songs about careers. Doctor, computer tech,
Free Beer.
I don't know that that's a job. Whatever.
Hot Wings.
Everybody knows that's a choice.
Eric Zane. Producer Joe.
I don't think I've ever heard of loud laughter followed by a oh my God!
And now the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It's Wednesday. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. I'm Free Beer.
I'm Hot Wings.
Hi, Hot Wings.
Hello, Free Beer.
Hello, Eric Zane.
Morning.
Hello, Broseph.
How's it going, everybody?
Great.
Good.
Nice.
Hello, Steve.
Good morning.
Everybody's here, as always. Join us toll free, 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Okay, so this football player named Dante Stallworth killed somebody.
Mm-hmm. Vehicular homicide, right?
He was drunk, very drunk. Guy walked in the road. He was trying to catch a bus. Wasn't paying attention. Was not in a crosswalk. Stallworth tried to... This guy, who does he play for again?
Cleveland.
Flashed his lights, and then something crazy happened. Hit the guy. Stopped. Stallworth stopped. You know, they tried to bring the guy back, save him. No avail. Stallworth owns the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Takes full accountability.
Mm-hmm.
No one has raised an eyebrow, I haven't seen, that he only got 30 days in jail.
Seems pretty short.
I can't believe he only got 30 days in jail for, what type of manslaughter was that? I don't know what the actual official...
I think it was referred to as vehicular homicide.
Okay.
I think.
30 days in jail? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
Wow,
can't
yeah, I
believe
mean,
it.
if it was considered vehicular homicide.
Maybe
That's
maybe I'm misquoting that.
That's
Stallworth gets 30 days in DUI case. A 30-day jail sentence. Ah, I see. For killing pedestrian Mario Reyes, 59, while driving drunk last March. Stallworth, 28, also reached a confidential financial settlement with Reyes' family. No doubt Reyes' family said, go easy on him. He's just given us $10 million.
I guess, but
So-
that, I mean, they can't affect that could affect a civil suit, but not
the prosecution.
yeah.
Stallworth had faced 15 years in prison for his DUI manslaughter conviction. He must serve 2 years of house arrest and serve 8 years of probation. The house arrest, of course, his house, probably a mansion. The house arrest provisions will allow him to play football. The most important thing in this Free Beer and Hot Wings, you know that.
I hate what Michael Vick did, but it's pretty crazy that Michael Vick spent more time in prison
Yeah.
than a drunk driver
Come on
who killed
now.
someone.
Yeah, he killed a guy.
Obviously, I mean, you could argue the intents are different. Vick continued to do the crime over and over again and everything, but
The prosecutor cites cooperation by Stallworth. Victim's family wanted disclosure. The organization Mothers Against Drunk Driving is pissed off. The relatively lenient sentence received Tuesday by Browns wide receiver Dante Stallworth, 30 days in jail, followed by 2 years of house arrest after he pleaded guilty to DUI manslaughter. Again, it says was made possible by his cooperation with authorities. So if you play nice, you get that? I doubt it. That doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if you and I would get that.
Man.
He had a lot of money to throw around.
Mm-hmm.
That's always how it feels in these cases. Maybe it's not true,
Yeah.
but that's how it feels.
Chuck Hurley, CEO of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, you can't have a CEO for a nonprofit,
Pretty big business.
was unhappy with the settlement. Matt is profoundly disappointed in the outcomes of the Stallworth settlement. Hurley said in a statement, Matt will not accept any monies from the settlement. This is a clear test of the NFL's continued tolerance of drunk driving. True. We are closely watching what the NFL does. The NFL has said it will review the matter for possible disciplinary action, the same posture it took for Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Vick, who was sentenced to 2 years in prison after pleading guilty to federal dogfighting charges. Stallworth has 6 years left on the 7-year, $35 million contract he signed with the Browns last offseason. Yikes. Man, that comparison about Vick to this is amazing when you think about it.
It is. And the cases, admittedly, are apples and oranges, but it's still...
Well, Stallworth is a lot worse to me. The fact that he killed a guy.
While driving drunk. It's one thing if he just made a mistake while driving.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, to me, there's a difference. If he was looking down at a cell phone and hit the guy, that's not as bad as getting drunk and then climbing behind the car. I mean, either way, the result would, if the guy dies, the guy dies.
But if they determined that mostly the accident had nothing to do with him being drunk, I mean, I know he pled guilty to DUI manslaughter, but that keeps it from going through all the courts. But behind closed doors, if they said, look, this could have happened easily if you were sober, because it was dark. Did they say it was raining? I don't know if it was or not, but if it's dark and he's crossing where nobody is expecting anyone to cross, it would be like hitting a deer. You know, you go, I didn't expect it. It just all of a sudden the guy was there.
If the guy was waiting in the bus stop and the car hit him on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to prove that the being drunk was the reason he hit the guy in order to get the, I don't know.
If he was obeying the law, he would have never drove. That guy could very well be alive today if Michael Vick does not actually get behind Dante Stallworth does not get behind the wheel of that vehicle. And that's what Matt is saying. Mm-hmm. He'd never have been killed if you hadn't been driving.
Yeah.
But they may have determined behind closed doors that because of the situation, it wouldn't have mattered if he was drunk or sober. So he may have gotten the 30 days because of being drunk part. Mm-hmm. That was against the law, but the killing the guy, I don't know.
Right.
But the house arrest, I mean, if you're going to give a guy house arrest, though, give him house arrest. I have a real issue with that. When you're on house arrest, but you get to go play football and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
It seems a little weird to me, and I guess maybe that happens a lot with regular people and normal jobs.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure people get on house arrest, but they get to go and do whatever job they have to provide for their family. But it still seems a little weird.
I've known people who've gotten DUIs where they had to spend 20 days in jail, and they could get picked up to go to work, and then at the end of work dropped off at jail.
Right.
Let's do that. Of course, that costs a lot more.
I just found it amazing that he had such a light sentence, and I hadn't heard a peep from anybody, the usual sources, unless I'm just not paying close enough attention. It may very well be that.
It has not been covered in the same manner as even Brett Favre considering playing football again.
I didn't see Pardon the Interruption or if this was discussing it. Did you watch it yesterday?
I didn't see it yesterday.
No. But, man, this is prime for discussion, in my opinion.
But even when the story first happened, it wasn't as big of news as...
No, which is weird.
As what you'd often see. It's still big news. I mean, it was still covered, but not in the same breathless manner as so many other things are. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebearandhotwings.com. Yesterday, after work, Joe and Steve and I went to play cutthroat racquetball against each other. And it's very fun.
Sounds like
it's a good time.
You guys have often talked about how much fun you have playing that game.
And after we finished, Joe announced he was going to get a massage, and so we were in the locker room, and I was getting ready to leave. Steve was trying to get ready to leave. Joe was ready to go. Steve was having trouble getting ready to leave because his stuff was inside a locker, inside the lock that you got where, Steve?
Where did I bought it at it wasn't a dollar store, but it slightly above a dollar store.
What, like a $3 store?
Yeah. I think it cost me $2 or $3. It was a master lock though, so it was brand new.
It was a master lock. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter where you get that. That's a master lock's a master lock.
Yeah. It was a lock made for a backpack.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
not so much a locker.
Because
it was a carabiner lock.
The locks on the lockers at the gym, I had a regular padlock and I tried to put it on there, but it wouldn't. There wasn't enough room to fit the thing in there because it's kind of recessed into the door. So I had to go and buy a smaller lock so it would fit on there. So I get to the gym, I get changed in the locker room, put all my stuff in there, and like Freebeer said, it's like a carabiner lock? Is that
I
what
guess.
It's called? Clip it on there. Came back into the locker room after we played racquetball, put in my combination, and I clipped the thing open, but there wasn't enough room for it to pass by the latch to take the thing off.
Mm-hmm.
So it would go on, but it would not come off.
Yeah.
So you basically have a lock version of a kid sticking his head through the banister on some stairs.
That's a good way to put it.
Easy in, not easy out.
Right.
So I'm on the other side of the locker room. My back is to it, but I can hear Joe and Steve discussing it, and it's clear that the lock is not interested in coming off the locker. It's very, very tight. To which Joe responds with, "Well, dude, I'm out of here. Sorry about your lock. I got that massage," and just bolts, which was fine.
Yeah.
Because what were you going to do?
Yeah,
Stand there
exactly.
and stare?
I didn't expect anyone to stay and help me.
Yeah. So Steve continues to fiddle with it, and nude middle-aged man comes in from the shower and starts listening into the conversation while taking his time to get dressed. And by taking his time, I mean not trying to get dressed.
No, he's just standing there, right, picking a zit in the mirror, nude.
Sitting on the bench,
Bare
floppity.
assed on the wood. Yeah,
Yep.
that's great,
Yep.
jerk.
That's what I want to
I
sit in
hate
later.
that.
And he starts making himself a part of the conversation.
Comes walking
I
up
hate
nude.
that.
And, I mean, it appears
Hey,
at
what's
this
going
point
on?
that Steve is going to have to get some sort of tool. He's going to have to get a Dremel or something to grind through the lock, some sort of bolt cutters to get in and get his stuff out, which included your keys, your identification, your wallet, your cell phone, everything you would need. And this guy turned and offered some incredibly helpful advice. I don't even know if you guys paid any attention to it.
I didn't.
What did he say?
He said, "Well, I'll tell you what you need to do."
Oh, here we go. This ought to be good.
Look at my crank.
No, but he was still nude. You need to leave your stuff in the car, your valuables. That way you don't even need a lock.
Thank you, nude old man. That's doing me a lot of good right now.
Very helpful. Thank you for finding a way to say I told you so, even though you, in fact, never said anything.
Oh, man.
Thank you for the stupid advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will cure everything you're experiencing now.
Mm-hmm. Well, sir, thank you. God bless you. If you had only been here when I was putting stuff in here to warn me about the dangers of locking a locker with a lock, which is what people do.
Please tell me one of you had the balls to say, yeah, I can tell you what you need to do. Put on some effing pants.
Yeah. Or
jerk.
better yet, you just walk up and flick him in the tip.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Ow.
That would have been something.
You're darn right, man.
Yeah.
Steve, did you flick him in the tip?
No.
I didn't either.
No.
Didn't
cross my mind.
Did not tip flick him.
Oh.
Wish I had thought of it. I'm sure that's a path of action I would have chosen.
Yeah.
So how'd you get the thing? How'd you get the lock off? Did you eventually?
I broke it with my bare hands.
Yeah, it was a real good lock.
What?
Because
Wow, you
I got
got
I
crazy
was able to
Ugly Man
unlock
strength.
it and unclip it, but the clip wouldn't pass by the lock.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed onto it and I twisted it, and it snapped off.
Oh, finally.
bend
yeah.
a little.
Did you get pissed when you did? Did you get like your crazy Hulk strength?
Yes.
Did you
Okay.
scream?
Yeah. I turned green.
I couldn't believe that guy though.
Oh, man.
It would have been it would have been a social breach, but it wouldn't have been the worst thing ever if Steve had turned to him and said, "Really? That's very helpful. Thank you."
That wouldn't have been a social breach. He was breaching the social norms. You don't come up and offer unsolicited, stupid advice.
Mm-hmm.
If you have good advice on how to get the lock off, solve the actual problem, then fine.
Hey, I'm a contractor. I have some tools that might help get that off there in my car. Good advice.
Yeah, hey, all you need is just a little screwdriver, and if you because I've had that happen. Oh, thanks for the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Not, what you need to do. Don't do what you're doing.
Yeah,
well, thanks.
What he
Really?
might as well have said, well, if you had gotten a different lock, it would fit better.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please put your pants on. That's the other thing. As we've said 1 billion times, do not sit in there nude.
I hate nude people.
Get busy.
I only want to see nudity if it's on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it in the locker room. Thank you. Put on your pants.
You guys remember when we talked to Dave Evans, the first lead singer of the band AC/DC, and we busted out those Chuck Norris jokes? And
Right.
Joe, you said they were actually about him.
Yeah, we tried to convince him of that.
We made a website.
We actually had a little page up and
Yeah.
convinced him that it was really popular and everybody was doing Dave Evans jokes.
Mhm.
Season
Well, boys.
intern, Kurt Busch made it for us.
Yep. Well, boys, very excited to have that web page. That's right.
Well, the Chuck Norris jokes, they were really funny at first because they were pretty different
Yeah, just goofy, funny.
You know, the stuff like Chuck Norris's tears cure cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad he's never cried. When he does push-ups, he doesn't push his body up. He pushes the earth down, that kind of stuff. They're not funny now.
No, they're not.
No, they're played.
Which is why Chuck is now getting in on the act. Because it's too late. That's how he operates. Chuck Norris. First, he sued because there was a book that was written, The Truth About Chuck Norris, 400 Facts About the World's Greatest Human. He sued to stop it because he said that the lawsuit portrayed him as racist, lewd, and it had him engaged in illegal activities. He eventually dropped the lawsuit over the book.
Come on, Braddock.
Now he's writing his own book of Chuck Norris facts.
Oh, God. Oh, no, they're going to be real.
The note says, Chuck's book won't be comedic, though. Really? Because he seems to have a very well-developed sense of humor.
Oh, God.
He always has so many funny things to say. Each joke will be followed by an essay about why that particular fact has special meaning to him.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, Chuck. People don't actually care about you anymore.
Those jokes were funny because you're a footnote in history, a tiny, pointless footnote.
Yeah, the slight obscurity that you enjoy is what made those jokes funny.
Mm-hmm.
But no one actually cares about your life. I don't care about Chuck Norris fact number 9.
Mm-hmm.
He loves Jesus.
Right.
And here's why. Great. Chuck Norris fact 21. He won a karate competition when he was 15.
Mm-hmm.
It's important, because why? Thanks, Chuck.
The facts themselves will be humorous, but he will have a 250-word commentary on each. He talks about his movie career and different things that have happened to him in his life. He'll take the humor as the jumping-off point, so he's going to be funny to get the ball rolling, this Chuck Norris. No one will buy this book.
No.
Because it's a terrible idea.
Nope, that will end up in gift bags at conventions you go to, and then promptly thrown away so that the people cleaning the room can have some weight to heft down to the dumpster.
I'll bet we get the Chuck Norris book in the radio camp bag later
I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
We'll give it away at the game show.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we'll do.
Yep.
So long, game show book. You will not find a link to that at freebeerandhotwigs.com, but you will find a link to many, many, many other things, including new videos and new stories that we've talked about throughout the day. So you can get after that. That's at freebeerandhotwigs.com. Up next, the flashback on the way. This is one of the most awkward moments on the show of all time.
Awesome.
But it's also, I agree that it is, in fact, awesome. We had made fun of a woman that we saw on the news for a stance that she took.
Yep, local broadcast.
And to our shock and surprise, got an email a couple days later from a podcaster saying, well, we'll let you hear it.
Yeah, it's all explained, and boy, is it awkward. Just trust us. You definitely want to hear this.
That's coming up. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Finally getting some rain here. It hadn't rained at my house, at least not like this, in quite some time.
No.
We've gotten little bits at a time, but lots of rain this morning. Showers early. Isolated thunderstorms later on today, 70 the high. It's about 57 now, downtown GR.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
No alcohol.
Okay. Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
David Hasselhoff, in honor of the forthcoming Father's Day. Being a good dad right there.
Yeah.
This hour of the show brought to you by Spam. Turn the ho-hum into oh-yum. Break the monotony. Spam.com. The flashback today looks back at an important email about a topic we had covered earlier. We want to play for you a segment that took place the first time on the air, May 21st. And listen closely to this segment. Listen to what goes on, because there's an email regarding this segment that came into the radio show yesterday that we'll share with you afterwards that will make it clear why we're playing this today.
This is a good example of a mean break right here.
Yeah, it is.
Blinded by the
So the blind are very upset with our nation's currency.
Yeah, specifically the paper currency.
Yeah, paper currency is a real problem. Here's a news story about a pending legal issue.
A huge victory for the visually impaired today. A federal appeals court ruling that paper money discriminates against the blind.
Yeah, it's part of an effort to force the government to redesign the bill, something people here in West Michigan have been waiting for a long time. Fox 17's Carl Apple joins us now with more on the story.
It's so familiar looking to all of us, but what if you've never seen a bill before, can't tell one from another? That's why the American Council for the Blind is behind a 6-year-old lawsuit against the Treasury Department. They want a new design, sizes, raised markings, something they can see better than this.
Wait till you see this poor lady who is the spokesperson for the Blind Council or whatever it is.
Okay. Right. There's a lot to look out for in the city. Now try looking at it like this.
It's a good thing she's blind.
For the blind, even the simplest tasks can be a challenge, especially when it comes to handling money.
How do I know that the clerk isn't cheating me?
Charis Austin works for the Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. She can use bill readers like this.
Okay, there's the solution right there. It's a bill reader.
Yeah.
And you put the money in and it says $5.
For money to market, but no system is perfect.
When you're purchasing something, you may just stick it in your wallet quick and move out of the way for the next person.
She says the only answer is to change the currency altogether. Today, the U.S. Court of Appeals upheld a district court ruling from 2006. The decision says that the moderate changes the government's made in the past few years haven't been enough.
That the Treasury Department, I believe, feels that they've been doing a lot of changes which help people, which are supposed to be helping people that do have some vision, but for those of us that don't have any vision, there's been nothing done.
People who are...
What the hell do they want them to do? I mean, even if you printed like Braille on the money, it's going to get worn down at some point.
I think their only answer is because other countries have different sized bills.
Oh, okay.
Like the 20 might be 3x5, and the other one would be 4x6.
So
that's going to be great.
Friggin' annoying.
I can't wait to fold a promotional poster-sized 50 to put in my wallet if I ever have one. That would be amazing.
Impaired argue that it's a logical change, similar to wheelchair ramps. Charis isn't expecting changes anytime soon, but says that today's ruling is a step in the right direction.
If I'm the judge, I say we'll allow this the day you put on full cover sunglasses because she's got crazy eyes.
She is one of those people that probably should wear sunglasses. It's very distracting.
The right eye, all I see is white. The left eye, it's crossed with, it looks like to be some type of discharge.
Yeah. It might have been dug out with a melon baller.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
some Ronnie Millsap glasses would be.
Yeah, we don't mean to be disrespectful, but
but it's awkward.
But it's very difficult to.
I promise right now that if I'm ever blinded and have an incident, and all of a sudden my eyes are hard to look at, and if you guys tell me that, I promise to wear sunglasses whenever I'm out.
Mm-hmm. That should be a law,
and not to be offended by it.
It's very short-sighted of her.
Well, yeah, no one likes to look at all white eyes.
No, it is her right.
It's like a stunt double for the bad girl on The Grudge.
It's going to take years for it to actually go into effect if the Treasury Department decides that they're going to finally accept it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to the Supreme Court.
She's like a separated at birth John Candy.
Several other currencies around the world, including the euro, have added changes like these. Officials at the Treasury Department had no comment immediately after today's hearing.
Just carry coins.
Now, I can see why she wouldn't be able to tell the difference between like a $1 bill and a $5 bill, but clearly the same problem does not exist for her between the refrigerator and the exercise bike. That's a fact.
Oh my God.
Just saying. Those two.
And if it does, bummer for her.
Very obviously, she can tell the difference.
Wow.
And is choosing one over the other.
Yeah.
Christian in Pennsylvania. Hi, Christian.
Hi, how you guys doing today?
Not bad. What do you say?
Well, I don't understand how they're going to be going out buying, clothes for themselves without having a helper with them, or buying food without somebody being able to tell them what it is. So what's the point of them not having a helper, or what's the point of
This is going to benefit about 8 people.
I think they'll win the case.
I hope not. I don't want all that. I mean, all that expense to redo the money.
Because I think I'm sure it'd be nice to have a blind person, have someone go with you and help you buy your groceries and stuff. I don't know. I wonder how that does happen if somebody's truly legally blind, or in this case, 100% blind, and you don't have a helper all the time. You walk to the grocery store.
This is a setback when a person has no vision. They have to deal with it. And there are things in place to help that. They talked about it. She can fold her money certain ways, and she has a bill reader, but that doesn't always help her in terms of in case anyone's going to rip her off.
Well, how does she know what she's buying?
I don't know. I don't
know the answer to that.
I don't know. I would think.
Yeah, unless she has an assistant with her. The fact of the matter is there are programs in place to assist the blind. We're not going to change the frickin' money. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Christian. Mm-hmm. Like even buying like meat in the meat department of the store or whatever, or canned goods, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
It could be Campbell's soup or it could be Alpo. The cans feel the same from the outside.
Yeah, I mean,
how does she get in the store? Right.
Yeah, are they going to have to differentiate everything?
Yeah, they should dismiss this and say, go back and try again. There's no way we're going to do this.
Because, I mean, obviously the one part that I get is about them being ripped off. But if they have readers for it,
it's a pain in the ass.
I wouldn't want to carry one around, but I don't like carrying around my wallet either, but I have to because that's the way it goes.
You deal with it. No one said being blind is going to be easy.
Mm-hmm. People in wheelchairs probably don't like having to be in a wheelchair, but they are if they want to get around.
What about her point that they put ramps in at great expense for people in wheelchairs to benefit them?
Yeah, but that doesn't affect everybody. It doesn't change everything for everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Josh in Illinois. Hi, Josh.
Hi, guys. I had a really easy solution for this money thing.
Yeah.
If you take, the money has those security strips in it, usually a little bit to the right side of the bill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you hold them up to a light, you can see them.
Yeah, and actually, you can actually feel them, too, if you press pretty hard. They just put two of those in and space them differently for each bill, like really close together for ones, further apart for fives or whatever. It'd be easy to feel where that was, and if you were blind and you could train yourself, which they obviously can do, Braille, then they can they know what size the bill is.
Apparently there's cell phones now that do this, and they're expensive.
Read the money?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's the solution right there. Just come up with an additional technology. Don't redo the cash.
Yeah, hell, do that and give a government rebate if you have to make it so that they're readily available to anyone who needs one.
I don't get this at all. I mean, I understand you want equality, but the fact of the matter is you don't have vision, and there are things in place to help you. You should utilize those and not this crazy scheme.
Heinz joins us. Heinz, before you share your idea with everyone, I have already seen your idea. Would you please tell me if you are serious in this request or if you're being tongue-in-cheek?
Tongue-in-cheek.
Okay. What is your suggestion?
I don't agree with redoing the money. I just thought it might be a good idea between the seeing eye dog to tell the difference between money.
But you want the dog to bark the denomination?
Well, if somebody gives somebody the wrong change, the dog would attack them.
So you want to teach seeing eye dogs math?
Yeah. Don't you shut up, Heinz. Why don't you come up? Call another show. You're banned for one day for your stupidity.
1-800-947-3979. Ryan, a lot of people are thinking what you're thinking. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that they should just avoid this money thing altogether and go with a freaking debit card, and you don't have to worry about it at all.
Oh, my gosh.
It does seem pretty
that's
exactly
straightforward.
That's true.
That so narrows it. The fact that they're going to do all this crap because the cash thing.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Come on.
Producer Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Can't hear us. Joe, we're getting calls saying that people that are blind could just use their debit card all the time. I'd never know you to have cash.
Right.
You only have cash when you intentionally go and get it, but you use your debit card for everything. How often do you get to a situation where you need cash for something?
Virtually never.
I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
This is BS.
Yeah, but then that falls into the category of, they shouldn't have to have a bank account. What if they don't have a bank account? What if it's...
Yeah.
And then you go...
Common sense.
All right,
then get a money counter or a money reader.
Yeah.
Common sense dictates that this is all crap. Now go put on some Millsap classes so we don't have to look at your crazy, leaky, googly eyes.
Leaky. You think Ronnie Millsap would appreciate the fact that on our show those glasses have become known as Millsap glasses?
Go get yourself a pair of Millsaps and we'll talk there.
Like, hey, what kind of sunglasses do you have? Blue blockers. What about you? Ugly blockers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Lord did that on purpose so that she wouldn't have to see her face in the mirror. What a disaster.
Gross, ugly, blind people.
Jeez, Joe.
Well, just the gross, ugly ones.
Yeah.
It means, you know,
there are many that are handsome.
I seriously like scooping out the eye with a melon scooper myself.
So that's how that went.
All right.
So back to today.
God, that last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought
extra devastating.
Yeah, it was extra devastating. You're right, man. Finished with a flurry. That was, holy cow, what a flurry.
So that segment happened on May 21st. Yesterday after the show, I go to the email, and I see, anytime I see an email that says show code, I'm going to go right to that one. And this one is from Scott Austin. It's pertinent to Sarah to share his last name.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, guys, a little bit of show code here. My girlfriend and I are avid podcasters and listen to the show start to finish. This causes us to fall behind from time to time, and right now we're back around the 21st of last month. We both work at the same facility in Kalamazoo, and I got a call from her late last week demanding that I come down to her desk because there was a hilarious bit I needed to listen to about blind people. Hold on.
This is I am so excited about the next paragraph. I'm actually I'm so giddy about this.
This is fun.
I am so I'm ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't be better.
Yeah, no, this is good.
I can't stop laughing. Oh. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to her desk, we each took an earbud from her iPod and listened to the break about blind people wanting money changed. I felt a little uneasy as it started, and as soon as I heard Fox 17's news report kick in, all I could do was look at her and say, oh no, because I knew it was coming. Both of my parents are blind, and my mother is a bit outspoken for blind rights. So when I heard the name Charis Austin, his name is Scott Austin, I knew she was about to get it right between the eyes, albeit crazy blind eyes.
He actually wrote that, albeit crazy blind eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those thin-skinned Nancys who listens to your show and freak out anytime you hit too close to home, and man, was that break funny. But I'm glad my mom doesn't listen. It's really awkward to laugh at each crack but feel bad for her at the same time. I did want to tell you that I think her eyes are less melon baller affected and more... Can't believe I'm reading that. And look more like someone took a hand mixer and shoved it in there.
See, it's fun to be mean to your mama.
No, it's not. It's worse when you say that.
It's fun to be mean to your blind mommy.
He says, but you were close enough. I love the show, even when it's about my family. Keep up the good work, guys.
Let's harken back to this exact point.
Blockers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Lord did that on purpose so that she wouldn't have to see her face in the mirror. What a disaster.
Gross, ugly, blind people.
Jeez, Joe. I felt bad about that break after we did it for a couple of days.
Oh.
And then to get the email. Yikes.
Oh, God. It's just incredible.
That's a great listener right there.
That's true. That is
Seeing
someone
the show for what it is.
That is someone who understands that we really don't mean anything by it, and that is a fact.
No, this is all in the scope of trying to get a laugh, and that's always the goal. And it's kind of like if you're at a comedy show, and let's say you're a Jew, and the comedian starts making Jew jokes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? You're at a comedy show. Are you going to get all mad and leave?
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's contextual.
Unless they're really an anti-Semite.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like literally
I'm talking
just
jokes.
ridiculous. But
right.
if
But
joking
if
around,
the person came across as truly being an anti-Semite, you would take it differently.
Right.
But, and we're not really
anti-blind. Of course not. I do think that whole concept was dumb, and we did take some pot shots at his mom. I'm sure she's fine. But the goal is laugh, and you became collateral damage quickly.
I always say I'm not going to join in on those, but I can't resist.
Well, it was funny because listening back to it, you had the clubhouse lead midway through the 10-minute break of insults. You were ahead with Melon Baller and Millsaps, and then you had the couldn't tell the difference between the refrigerator and the exercise bike crack.
Mm-hmm.
So you were
leading the whole charge there.
Then we had a rather kind of like an intelligent conversation of why it wasn't a good idea, and then we finished strong with Ugly Beast and throw the glasses on and good thing she can't look in the mirror cracks. That's how that one went.
Yeah. So it's all good.
I am amazed that he was able to hear that segment and laugh about it.
Laughed about it because it was funny.
No kidding.
That's a fact. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Showers early, isolated thunderstorms later at a high of 70. It's 60 now, downtown GR. Later on, we'll tell you about the possibility of people in West Michigan having, someday soon, much greater access to the Detroit Lions.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
About that a little later on.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
I am defending myself in favor of that.
You can go to our website, freebeerandhotwings.com. You can read updated blogs, hate email of the day, see links to the latest videos and news stories and stuff that we're talking about on the show. It's all there at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Fellow AT Disney marathoner Annette writes into the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show about Dante Stallworth and the manslaughter thing, 30 days in jail. She writes, pardon the interruption, did talk about it, as did Around the Horn and Sports Center, that they did weigh in on it. The victim did not cross at a crosswalk. Stallworth immediately called the police and cooperated. Remember that one of Vic's charges, because we talked about how it's weird that Michael Vick got 2 years in prison, and this guy's going to get 30 days in jail, and Vic, the whole dog thing, and this guy actually took somebody's life, a human's. She adds, remember that one of Vic's charges was obstruction of justice, which will never help one's cause during sentencing.
True. Yeah.
It was Stallworth's cooperation, remorse, and the family's agreement with the plea and sentencing that the prosecutor claims influenced Stallworth's punishment. Then she adds, and Freebeer said drink, and then, he did a word scramble. And she indicated what it was. I won't reveal it in the email. I'll let the replay reveal the word scramble.
And for some reason, to me, there's a difference. If he was looking down at a cell phone and hit the guy, that's not as bad as getting drunk and then climbing behind the car.
Now I caught it when it went down, and I went, boy, I just let it go. He's on a roll. He's making a good point. We'll leave it alone. But sure enough, Annette brings it strong.
Getting drunk and then climbing behind the car. That's how he said it where I'm from.
That guy wouldn't have been hurt as bad if Stallworth were actually pushing the car.
That would have made a big difference.
When he hit him.
Yeah, it would have made a big difference.
Would have just been more irritating than anything.
Stop pushing your car into me, sir.
Getting drunk and then climbing behind the car would not have gotten 30 days in jail because the guy would have had time to move. He also would have had a legitimate excuse for not seeing him in the crosswalk or in the street because, well, Your Honor, I was pushing my car with my head down. It had been very difficult sledding.
Well, nevertheless, you've had trouble with whenever describing vehicles in the past.
I don't like to use all the necessary words. It'd be like trying to type on a keyboard while riding in the pickup of a cab, or even the right ones.
Yeah.
Well, nevertheless.
What's your second happiest memory? The time you rode together to take the car to the vet to get put to sleep?
There's so many now that we've broken it down to categories. Just free beer, car, word scrambles.
I have categories of failure. Getting drunk and then climbing behind the car.
That's funny. That it does seem to happen more frequently when cars are involved.
That's why I never made it as a NASCAR play-by-play announcer. So, I started out working the small tracks, the dirt tracks.
Did you really?
Yeah.
It just didn't go well?
People didn't know what I was saying.
No.
Okay. Man, well, that can slow you down.
Yeah,
if you're mixing things up.
No problem.
Well,
Harry Gant into the dent. Looks like he's got a real problem. The loose is back. Now he's there. What? What are you talking about? Oh, man. He put a rounded wedge in the tire change.
What? Huh?
Who? Sounds like he knows what he's talking about. He said it with authority, yet the words in the order that he chose did not make sense. Getting drunk and then climbing behind the car. I'll bet if you listen to old sports tapes, especially the games I did solo in the middle of the week after doing a morning show that morning.
Yeah.
And the game ended up being a 35-point difference. God only knows why you would want to listen to any of those.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll bet they are filled with word scrambles.
Really?
Yeah. On the air for 2.5 hours by myself, filling all of the time by myself. I can't imagine it's not filled with awesome scrambles. Either way, she'll spend 3 months behind bales.
I like belly bitten lunch.
Apparently, legal issues also give me some trouble. That's related as well. English is the problem. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
I'm alternative.
97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. We're running short on time, so
yeah.
Even if we squeeze traffic in.
Yeah.
We can tell you weather brought to you by Wendy's. Go to MichiganWendy's.com for money-saving coupons. That's MichiganWendy's.com. You got showers early with isolated thunderstorms later, 70 the high. It's about 60 now downtown GR. The Tigers last night continued to not get any hits, but they added a new dimension to their not playing well, and that would be the dimension of Justin Verlander getting lit up. He only went 4 innings. He balked in a run. He had an error at first base when he was covering the bag that resulted in runs, so it was a rough night for the Tigers all around. They lose 11-2.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin?
I was between that and Muhammad.
Why the would it be between that and Muhammad? Why don't you pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on earth. Read a book for once.
Fogel, have you ever actually met anyone named Muhammad?
Have you actually ever met anyone named McLovin?
No, that's why you picked a dumb name.
It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
They're set up to trick you. It's like those old questions, plane crashes on the border, Canada and the United States. Where do they bury the survivors?
Right.
Their hometowns. I have no idea. What? What?
With Free Beer.
How come everybody knows this and I don't know this?
This is old school.
Hot Wings.
Huge plane crash. Horrible plane crash. Right on the border.
Eric Zane.
Is this like taken from real-life events or something? Was there really a crash on the border?
And producer Joe.
So where do they bury the survivors?
Oh, they lived! They lived!
That was amazing.
The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
I am McLovin.
No, you're not. No one's McLovin. McLovin's never existed because that's a made-up, dumb fairy tale name, you...
It's Wednesday. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for giving the show a shot. Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Free Beer, Hot Wings, and Eric Zane. 3 hosts in the main studio. Zane does not have a food name because he joined the show after food names were distributed.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we were all out.
Producer Joe is here. New producer Steve is here. Producer Joe is his name. Steve is the other guy's name. He doesn't get producer before. You earn a title like that.
Yep.
Someday it'll be executive producer Joe and executive producer Steve. That'll be their full names on the air. That is, in fact, not true.
No.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. We got a lot of stuff to get to a little bit later on this hour, including Paired with an Idiot. Hot Wings, you've created your list, no doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, we have a soundbite later on this hour that I don't even know that we'll talk about it. It's from a cooking show, and I believe the cook, Joe, he's a cook, right?
I think he's a cook. I've watched his show a couple of times.
I believe he's a famous food person, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's trying something new for the first time.
Yeah.
And he really, really, really likes it. I believe that it's the first time he'll have ever eaten that in his life, and the only form in which he would ever eat it.
Oh, big time.
Okay.
And he probably will never eat it again. He's probably just dabbling.
Mm-hmm.
The only form that he'll ever eat it again. It comes in different forms.
In his
what
case,
we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
What it is this guy's eating?
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah, no.
Would spoil the surprise.
Don't want that.
Oh.
He really likes it, though.
Whatever it is he's eating,
he does. Muddy as you'd expect is one of the quotes.
Really? Muddy. So something like this, he assumed it would have a muddy taste?
Wrongly assumed, I think. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll have that coming up a little bit later on.
Anything the taste of anything to be referred to as muddy.
No.
No, me neither. 1-800-947-3979. It is the I Can't Wait to Talk About Blank segment. We're going to, in a moment, replay something that happened late in the show yesterday. How long is that?
It is
okay, good.
12 and a half minutes. That'll work good.
We got a few minutes here because there's a number of you can't get in. So we have a couple minutes here, probably 10, 15 minutes for the regular portion of the I Can't Wait to Talk About Blank, and then we want to share something that happened late in the show. So if you do want to call, this is the time to do it. But also, a little bit later on, we got to play some audio. Yesterday, what Hot Wings thinks was about the people gathering in New York City to protest and to call for David Letterman's firing.
Yeah.
New York City is a city of, 11 million people, something like that. So finding a couple hundred people to protest about anything is probably reasonably possible just because of the magic of large numbers.
Right.
But there were a lot of people out there, and they were a very loud and boisterous crowd. We'll be playing some of the audio that was gotten from them by an internet reporter, sort of. I mean, they wouldn't call themselves that, but that's essentially what they did. They went out and got some first-person audio from people in the crowd. It wasn't from a true reporter.
All right.
Okay.
But the people that were complaining seem on the fringe of crazy to me. Hot Wings and I watched it this morning. Would you agree?
I hate them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I hate them. I think they're useless human beings, and I wouldn't have cared if something heavy fell on them and killed them all.
All of this done after Sarah Palin had accepted David Letterman's apology.
Mm-hmm. But they don't care. They're on a bandwagon now. They don't need reality to muck up their thoughts.
What do you expect? A team of mavericks.
In addition to that, it's come out that Jay Leno also had made a joke that some would say was similar a while ago that got no attention.
It's all a matter of who hears it. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Jay Leno's joke was, this was during the election, quote, Governor Palin announced over the weekend that her 17-year-old unmarried daughter is 5 months pregnant. And you thought John Edwards was in trouble before. Now he's really done it, implying that John Edwards is the father. Just as inappropriate, just as much a statutory rape joke as what Letterman did. I mean, yes, 17 versus 14 in some states you're going to have age of consent issues.
Yeah, but that's essentially the same thing. I agree.
Not that different. By the way, this hour of the show brought to you by Spam. Turn the ho-hum into oh-yum. Break the monotony at spam.com. This is Alex joining us. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Welcome. What's on your mind?
I can't hear you very well.
Okay, we'll try that again. How's this? And
Hello?
okay, how about this?
Nope.
Okay, nope.
I don't know what to tell
Sorry,
you.
don't know.
I think it's maybe there's something
I don't know.
screwed up in here that I don't know of, but I don't know what it would be.
Nope.
As far as I can tell, you're in good shape. Sorry.
Well, we won't take Alex's call then. No offense, Alex. You may have had something really good. He had a Joe Stunt idea. I would have liked to have heard it.
Okay.
So, one of the ideas that we have for a future Joe Stunt, because Joe's Stunt this week was the one that he did in Springfield, which, if you missed, involved harassing people interested in the life and times of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's great presidents. But see what you think of this, a stunt idea that was brought up by Mike Doctor, who works at the radio station.
Great.
Also known as Mike Stockter, because
Yeah.
he was a podcaster.
Yeah.
And then he went on the Disney Marathon for AT.
Yeah, I know. I knew it was trouble when I found out he was going to be there.
And then he started working here. And he often sleeps here so he can be here when we come in.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. See, it's the little things that add up. All of those things by themselves would be no big deal, except for the sleeping here to be here when we come in.
Yeah, real creepy.
Right, whatever. Yeah, he's probably sniffing our chair as soon as we leave.
Yeah, that's very clear. And if you may have never seen nor heard of Mike Stockter, you should know that he looks like Bart Simpson as he was drawn when the Simpsons were still part of the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah, a bit.
He's got this dumb, crazy, stupid-looking hair.
Very spiky and very blonde.
Looks great, really.
He had a stunt idea that would be sort of a welcome to the show for Steve as well.
Okay, great.
And it could be referred to as condiment drag races. Fill shot glasses with a variety of condiments, spices, and other things. And the two of them would race to the end. As soon as you finish one shot, you slam the glass, you pick up the next one, and slam that one.
Okay.
First one done doesn't have to do it again.
So
I think it's a very good stunt idea
Hot
from Mike
ketchup.
Stockter.
Hot mayo.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do we have to kiss Stockter? Because I'm assuming he would have added that to any stunt that he came up with.
We took that part off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was on there a couple times with little stars and hearts.
Because initially he wanted the winner of the race to get to kiss him. That was the prize.
Yeah. Sit on his face.
Steve, you've drank these shots of gross fluid the fastest. Now come over and kiss him. That's what he wanted to happen. But we decided to go ahead with this angle instead.
Yeah, we better not let him be the one that puts the disgusting fluids inside the shot glasses.
Right. That's not hot mayo.
No, we'll go ahead and do that ourselves.
So that's not, Steve, that's not a very desirable welcome stunt, but it's better than the one that our friend Josh had when he was here for a day and a half, and that was to get maced in the eyes. So which would you choose?
Yeah,
would you choose the...
It's not the worst thing in the world.
No.
There's just some condiments I really don't like.
Which ones?
Like what?
Say it.
Relish.
Uh-huh.
Are you rethinking at this very moment when
No.
you said out loud, there are some condiments I don't really like?
No, because I had the same conversation with Stockter, and he brought up clam juice. But is that even really is that a condiment?
It is for you.
'Cause I don't like clam juice.
How do you know? You don't even know if it's a real condiment.
I get it every time I go to McDonald's and order French fries. Condiments.
Could I get some clam juice for
that's
these?
a pretty common condiment.
I'm actually a big fan of clam juice. I lap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for you. It's full of antioxidants.
Is it?
Is it?
and other
like
things
blueberries
to keep you.
It makes your blood very alkaline.
Antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you suck up the clam juice all the time.
Not great for your breath, but
who cares though? I do it, and then go kiss my wife. She says it's like her own cooking.
You got a double groan from the producer's booths.
The groan is the best. When you get a groan, we were talking about that in Springfield. Whenever you drop a big bomb and you get a whoa, it's better than a laugh to me. Earned pay with that.
1-800-947-3979. Alex is back. Hi, Alex.
Hi, I had an idea for producer Joe stunt.
Okay.
The idea is to do speed dates for Joe, but he has to say awkward things that you guys tell him to say.
Oh man, that's very
I like
very
this.
good.
Joe, how do you like this?
I like it just fine.
The difficulty will be organizing the speed dating at a time where we can be here to.
It would have to be in the
speed
evening.
dating.
This has actually already been looked into many times.
Yeah, we had talked about this.
It's always at night, and there's maybe like one a month that
Thank you, Alex.
someone my age
Thank
can
you.
go to.
Yeah, it's a great idea, but very difficult to organize.
I mean, if you guys want to come in at night, we can do it.
Oh,
no,
God,
not
that
really.
seems so unappealing to me.
Yeah. No, we'll have you drag race with condiments.
Yeah, there are so many other fun ways to spend our time making your day bad that we don't need to do that too.
The idea started because there was an organization that was doing lunch speed dating for a while. We thought we were going to be able to make that happen. But yeah, when it's speed dating at like 9 o'clock at night on a weeknight, no thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it always is on a weeknight too.
Yeah.
That would wreck me for 3 weeks.
Doesn't anyone want to speed date during the week?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem
Or on the
At
weekend?
like 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's a good time to speed date. That way you know that the people you're speed dating also don't have jobs or places to be during what is the normal working time.
Uh-huh.
You have a matched interest. 1-800-947-3979. We wanted to share something with you that happened on the show late yesterday. It didn't. There was no plan for it to be remotely awkward, but it certainly turned that way.
In a hilarious way.
It's all about the 10% rule. Here it is. A friend of mine was sharing something with me that he had read in a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't tell me what magazine or didn't remember, I can't tell you which one. So before we get that email. But the theory is that every couple that is successful in their long-term relationship, be it marriage or long-term dating scenario, whatever it might be, there is a 10% difference of attractiveness between one spouse to the other. In other words, the spouse that is better looking is no more than 10% better looking than the other one. And they said you can't specifically quantify it, but if you looked at someone. And the point of the article was that if somebody is significantly better looking than the other when they get together, eventually it doesn't work out. And then also, if somebody during the relationship makes a bunch of changes to their appearance that dramatically enhances their appearance and puts them more than 10% better, that is also trouble.
I can tell you that my wife would tell you that when we got married, that was absolutely true. Because she looks at her picture, she goes, "Oh my God." I go, "What?" "Look at this fat idiot. Look at this ugly animal." What are you talking about? It's a picture of me shortly after we were married. I'm like, really?
Referring to
Herself.
you or
Herself.
to her?
Yeah.
She was heavy?
Well, this was actually baby time, so she got, typical things that happen to a woman. And I didn't say anything because I'm smart. But she goes, "Oh my gosh." She goes, "How could you possibly have married me?" She had this crazy early 90s boy haircut. You know when girls would get the back shaved up?
Yeah. I'm glad that passed.
And then she had these big, gigantic window frame to her soul glasses. And she was just appalled that I would even want to bed her. And
were you wearing an Adidas jumpsuit in the photo? Because that should have leveled the playing field.
Or maybe some kind of a
I did
handsome
not comment.
sweater
I
with a
commented
chain on the outside.
Were you wearing your medallion that was a fist holding a barbell?
I did not comment on my own appearance, but those things I would guess would be true. Throw in some Zubaz, some kangaroo high tops with a tongue out, perhaps a banana comb nearby. All things that could have contributed to the photograph and how I looked. Yes.
1-800-947-3979. We're hoping for callers who will call in and admit that they believe they are more than 10% better looking than their significant other. Because I know if I ask any of you guys, and I know my answer, you're going to say that your wife is at least 10% better looking than you. Hot Wings, you would say that, yes? Zane?
No, I'd say we're about the same.
Okay, still not an insulting like
Right.
what we're expecting. Joe? Significant other?
50%.
I think Kate is. Oh,
yeah,
Kate,
it's true. Yeah.
Oh,
She's
my gosh.
Pretty far out of your
How
league.
the hell did you get her? Because you're kind of trollish, and
You
kind
got
of
real hobbity feet.
And your skin's always shiny and high gloss sheen.
Too
face
much
oil.
hair. You have to shave
You
yourself.
got dumb hair. It always looks like you haven't taken a bath in 4 months. You no doubt stink because you don't use deodorant.
I do stink.
And you're dating a damn cheerleader for a pro football team who's hot as hell.
I rarely even wear shoes. My feet smell.
What a beast.
Odd.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
It is amazing.
My musk is magical.
I guess
she must be into your stink.
I couldn't even get it out.
Yeah, it must be the success on your show. The success on the show has made you fall into like rock star supermodel category. You're like Rick Ocasek.
Yes, you're right. I am both rock star supermodel status.
You can't even talk.
Because it's so stupid.
Ridiculous. 1-800-947-3979. Steve, how about you? 10%. You or
ugliest man on the show right there.
Yeah.
What a
That's true.
nice nose.
She's 1,000%
She is
more attractive than I am.
I can't believe
she is beautiful.
You just flat out referred to him as ugliest man on the show. Hey, congratulations. You won an award.
There's a nickname.
Joe's on.
Yeah.
Joe's died in there.
Ugliest man on the show.
What an uppercut.
Jeez, Steve.
And
the fact that Zane indicated it seems to be clear cut.
Well, seriously, man, I can't believe you send her pictures of you every day.
I know.
Are you trying to
dangerous.
You're trying to drive her away?
If you want, you can send her a picture of one of us and say, "This is how I look now."
Aren't we going to do our group photo?
Yeah, we have to do that bit where we each get individual shots of ourselves and go on the street and say, "What do you?" and have like one of the interns say to random people, "What do you think of when you see this guy?"
Describe this person and their appearance. Chewy, would you help with that?
Yeah.
Okay, with the canvassing?
Absolutely.
That's one we've talked about for a long time and never done. You're right. That needs to happen.
No, and his girlfriend, she's just beautiful. And clearly though she is. I don't know what happened. You must have a huge package or be really nice or loaded or something. I don't know, man. But you are so ugly.
There's only one. Steve, do you have any response to that?
No.
Ugly bitch.
No, I don't.
Ugly bitch.
Steve's response actually made me hurt for him a little bit.
UGLYM. She's made you ugly. Oh.
if that makes sense.
Steve, do you have any response? No. That was it.
So anyway.
Oh, this is awkward.
Well, Steve, does your girlfriend listen online?
Oh, she does.
Oh, she's listening
Will
right
she
now.
be offended on your behalf? My wife would be very offended on
Yeah,
my
she
behalf if
definitely
this
would.
were.
Oh, she's going to be pissed.
She's going to want to fight you.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez, man. That's too bad.
Who do you think's dating more out of their league, Joe or Steve? Zane, what do you think?
Ooh, that's a awkward question.
Let's take a weird turn.
I think Joe is dating more out of his league.
Hot Wings? Who do you think is
Steve's
dating?
girlfriend is ugly?
No, I'm saying your girlfriend is more attractive than Steve's.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't say she was ugly.
That was that was not a direction I expected that to go. I wasn't even thinking of it in that perspective.
I think she's adorable, Steve, but Joe's girlfriend dances for a football team. She's does this for a living.
I do not believe that Zane meant anything bad about Steve's
course
girlfriend
not.
when you answered. It was only by Joe adding the insulting jerk context that things got wayward.
Oh.
Hot Wings,
So-
do you want to answer? Or
Nope.
You hoping we'd skip you?
No. I'm afraid I haven't seen Steve's girlfriend. I don't know.
Joe goes, this bit is better than I ever thought it would be.
So awkward.
Terrible. It wasn't intended to be.
No,
It wasn't supposed to be awkward at all.
But
I
would
was just
say
going
that
around
about
the
any-
room.
I would
Yeah,
say
but-
that. I
but
would
we-
say out of all of our significant others, in my opinion, she is the most attractive person. I mean, if you were to line them all up like Cat House and have some John come in.
Cat House. She would win most of the time because she looks the most whorish. Is that what you meant? No, that is clearly not what you meant, and I was also kidding.
Awesome.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. So the 10% rule. Well, you should call in right now. That's what you should do.
It doesn't matter if they do or not. This is a bit. This is a winner based on this discussion.
Yeah, forget that. This is great.
I think I'm seeing the shell-shocked look on Steve's face for the first time since he's joined the show. It's a look we all get at some point. It's that look like, seriously, I'm here for this?
I don't.
It
This is
started out as setting up the bit, then it took a weird turn, and then it took a really weird turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we just went right off the cliff.
Do you want me to rank wives? That
Nope.
would be even worse.
Nope. Don't think that's a good idea.
Nope.
Oh, that's funny.
What if we all did it and we each put our own wife last? That'd be a real problem.
Well, that would be something.
Okay. All right. Did anybody call? Is there anybody
Yeah,
calling?
but, Joe, if you had to sleep with one of the other show members' wives, you might as well just dig it deeper. I'm just kidding. Don't answer that.
I'm not. No way.
Got an instant message from my girlfriend that just said, "Well, that was interesting."
Oh.
What?
For the
I think
record,
she's beautiful.
You have said
I think she's
Zane
very
said nothing
pretty.
bad. Nope. Joe made it bad. She should hate Joe.
Probably
Fact.
does.
Meredith should hate Joe.
She's got these sweet, pretty eyes, this very nice blonde hair, and she's not as pretty as Joe's girlfriend.
You're just gonna make it worse.
It's a fact. I just said. I mean, you can have degrees of pretty. She is beautiful, not as beautiful as Joe's girlfriend.
How would you rate her boobs?
So weird.
I don't want to rate her boobs.
Hot Wings is right. It's not right for Zane to do that. Steve, how would you rate her boobs?
Yeah. I think fried egg.
First paint us a
Oh,
picture.
no. No.
What, Joe?
Just the letting it percolate on Steve was bad enough. Everybody's staring at him. Okay. Well, we got this email. This is far worse. This is a girlfriend who deserves to be angry.
Mm-hmm.
Subject line, my girlfriend is a dog. Do not mention my name on the air. She does listen.
Uh-oh.
And she is a dog. A real bow wow.
Uh-oh.
I hate her, but I am an ugly chud myself. So saying that
Chud.
she is uglier than me is pretty much an understatement. Love the show. I am more attractive than my girlfriend, though we are both ugly. That is an insulting email to the two people associated with that. The one who wrote it and the one who it's about. So if you listen and your boyfriend listens,
and you know you're ugly, and you know you do. I mean, geez, you're looking at yourself. You know you got crazy flesh mutations and
ugly bitch.
Crazy flesh mutations. We started this break by reading an email that.
Oh yeah, that was the man who said that his significant other, the female, was ugly.
Mm-hmm. He said he hated his girlfriend and that she was uglier than him, and that he
said he hated her. I don't know.
Yeah,
I remember
he
said he actually said he hated
he did.
her.
He said,
wow.
I hate her.
That is strong. That is a bad thing to say.
And he said that it's okay, though, because I am also an ugly chud. Turns out, if you use the phrase ugly chud regularly in your life and you want to remain anonymous, which was requested in the email, you may not want to include the phrase ugly chud in your email, as this email came
So the
in.
way the person writes has tipped off somebody. Oh, boy.
This email. So, yeah, my girlfriend called me about 5 seconds after you finished reading the email and told me she was moving out. Maybe it's because I'm the only person in the world that uses the term ugly chud to describe myself.
Oh.
That just seemed like an email that would have had a happy ending. I am really shocked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Way to go, you stupid idiot.
Dude, I can't believe that email.
This is all very good.
So that means it's done. I mean, why would... He's not upset at all?
Well, probably not. He said he hated her.
Well, why was he with her in the first place?
Because he's stupid.
And he's an ugly chud.
Yeah.
I think we learned that.
That's great.
Turns out there's a further ugly chud update as we move to current time.
Yeah.
To Wednesday morning. I got another email from the man who referred to himself as being an ugly chud. Turns out ugly chud has more space in his apartment because when he got home, all of her stuff was gone. As well as his flat screen TV, his Xbox 360.
Ooh, man.
And a couple other things that were notably his, along with a note that said, take this if you're going to insult me on the radio. Go buy some new stuff.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
paraphrasing, but
wow, this has really unfolded.
Boy, he seems like a real loser.
He shouldn't have called. He shouldn't have done that. That was a bad deal.
It was a poor decision.
I'm glad she did that.
Though it sounds like they weren't really meant to be together since he called her ugly and a dog. And,
oh, my gosh.
He refers to himself as an ugly chud. And she ran from the home as soon as she heard that. No, certainly one would understand why she would be upset. But
well, I'm pretty sure he said he hated her, too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was in there.
Yeah.
Didn't bargain for the loss of your TV and Xbox, though. You ugly idiot. Now all you can do is sit around and look at yourself in the mirror and come up with crazy ways to describe your ugliness. Write them down. Call them into the radio show.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwigs.com. Up next, Pair to the Idiot need a couple of contestants. If you win, you get qualified to win the refurbished laptop from thirdorb.com. That is next. Hot Wings has the list. Zane and I will play along with you. Next, it is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
ERD, road rage traffic.
All right, some problems here. Between Granville and Standale Wilson, north of Hall. Crashed, knocked down a tree, blocked the northbound side. Police block southbound, sending southbounders onto the shoulder. South of Lowell, 36 and Emery, west of Seguin. The tree is down. I think I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. You know where it is. West side on-ramp from eastbound Lake Michigan Drive to eastbound Ford. The car broke down there. That's traffic.
Weather brought to you by ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale. Looks like it's going to be, showers early, as you can tell by the fact that everything's wet. Isolated thunderstorms later on today, 70 the high. It's rainy and 60 downtown GR.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
I think gays and lesbians have a friend in the White House.
Oh my God, gay!
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
In a moment, Paired with an Idiot, your chance to get qualified to win a refurbished laptop from thirdorb.com. That's on the way. In the segment after that, what Hot Wings thinks. What's your topic today, Hot Wings?
Sammy Sosa and steroids.
Sammy Sosa. He's just going to have to apologize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
He's about to forget English again.
That was actually dead on there.
Actually, it was.
Dead on. Also, just after the top of the hour, the College World Series is going on in Omaha right now. And normally we don't spend a lot of time on that, but the Arkansas Razorbacks made an appearance there, and they sent the local TV news station sent a reporter there to cover the game, and it turns out some of the fans don't really know what to do on live TV. And it ends up making the reporter very mad.
Good. So
He mostly gets fussy with facial expression, but you'll be able to hear what's frustrating him as he is completely overwhelmed by crazed baseball fans.
Oh, I can't wait.
So that's all on the way. Also, we have a Hot Zester update. You'd have to be a regular listener to the show to know exactly what that means. But I can tell you, if you don't know what it means, it will be worth it. And it's not exactly an update, but it's a reason to bust that story out.
It is a reason to bust that story out. It's a story on my wife's brothers, affectionately on this show known as the Doobie Brothers.
Mm-hmm. You mean because they love music and Michael McDonald?
No, no, it's not because of that. And they might not even smoke pot now, but the name still sticks. Mm-hmm. I have never in my life seen two more inept, clueless individuals. It's actually sad to me how unadult they are with know-how. Never before have parents more failed. I don't know how my wife is as together as she is because of this. She got the same upbringing as these two, and apparently it just didn't stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it happened. Wait till you hear the lack of personal inventory that they do,
mm-hmm.
which extends to their hygiene and overall maintenance and well-being.
I think somehow it missed sticking with them, like you said, because I've never met Diana's father. He passed away, but we were at his funeral, and the words spoken about him say something of a man of character and strength, and you've spoken very well of her mom, and obviously Diana is not like her brothers. They appear to be the aberration.
Yeah, he was a little stick your head in the sandish, but the guy worked two jobs to support all of them and put two of them through college. So, you can't be an idiot and do all that.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the hell is going on with these two. Wait till you hear what's going on.
I think people will be shocked.
Yeah.
I was. Even the little, I don't even know the whole story.
No, you know very little of what's happened.
Sweet. Howings, you got your list ready?
I do.
All right, let's meet our contestants for Paired with an Idiot. This is Matt in New Jersey. Hello, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. And Hank in Grand Rapids. Hi, Hank.
Good morning.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Matt and Hank, you are our contestants for the game called Paired with an Idiot. Very similar to $25,000 Pyramid. One of you will be teamed up with one of us each. And so 2 teams of 2 will square off describing these lists that Howings has created. Howings.
All right, Matt, you got through first, so who do you want to be paired up with, Free Beer or Eric Zane? Matt?
Hello?
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Who do you want to be your teammate, Matt?
I can't. I'm getting a real bad feed.
Well, that's weird. That's the second time today.
I don't
Maybe
know
there
if
is a
it's
problem
line.
with that.
Maybe it's that
Yes.
line.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Oh, God.
I hung up on Hank in the process of trying to improve Matt's connection. Matt, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yes.
Going smashingly.
You hung up on Hank.
I am sorry, Hank. That was an accident.
Hung up on Hank.
That was not cool. Hank, I apologize. I did not mean to hang up on you because Matt
Call
couldn't
back.
hear things.
Hank, call back.
At least you got a manly name going for you, so you got
Hank
that
is
to
a
fall
good name.
back on. Hank is a very strong name.
Well,
All right, Matt.
surely the only way this would be fair is if Hank got back in to play.
Well, he could. I don't love his chances.
No, me neither.
But it's not impossible. All right, Matt. Well, you got through first, so who do you want to be paired up with, Free Beer or Eric Zane? This thing on?
Matt?
This work?
Yes.
Can you not hear Hot Wings? Hot Wings, say hello to Matt.
Can you hear me, Matt?
I cannot hear Howlings at all. All I can hear is Free Beer.
What about now?
Can you hear me now?
Much better. Oh, my God.
Okay, so you can hear me now?
It's on Free Beer.
Oh, boy.
It's on Free Beer.
Operator error.
It
Oh, my
is
God.
operator
Oh,
error.
how do you like
Operator
that,
error.
Hank? Oh, my gosh.
So
Thank you
Hank,
for owning the responsibility, though. We appreciate that.
Hank, I screwed you over twice now.
All right.
Subtle thing.
Let's regroup here.
Okay.
Matt and Mark are our contestants. Hello, Matt.
Hey, how are we doing again?
Great. Let's pretend the previous stuff didn't happen.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You know, as everybody does with 6 minutes of their life.
Yeah.
Now he's beating himself up. That's
Mark, you there too?
Yes, I am here.
Oh, that's good. You can hear me. Matt, you got through first. Let's try that. Third time's a charm. Matt, do you want to be paired up with Free Beer or Eric Zane?
Last time I played, I was with Free Beer, so I'm going to go with Zane.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for the backstory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Mark, you actually got through third, but are playing in the place of second. Mark, which list do you want to work with? List 1 or list 2?
How about we'll take number 2?
Okay.
I have a distinct feeling Freeber only lashed out at him because he was just annoyed in general.
That's true. That's all true. I don't know who's on my team. I wasn't paying attention.
You are on the team.
You're on the team with Mark.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, Mark.
Okay.
We're going to do it.
Zane and Matt are going first. There's one for you to follow along with. Free Beer.
I will not do well because I'm laughing.
Please do not lash out at the list or eat it. Okay. All right. Matt and Zane now. Actually, this pertains to Free Beer and Mark, too. Of course, you'll have 60 seconds. Each of the guys are going to be looking at a list. They have to describe the words they're looking at and get you to say them. If it sounds like they're struggling, then it's up to you guys to pass. Otherwise, they just have to languish on whatever word it is and waste valuable time. And again, you only have 60 seconds to work with, so that is very important that you pass if it sounds like you need to. You guys got any questions? I'm sure you've heard this before.
Nope.
Okay. All right, Matt and Zane, you're going first with list 1.
Yeah.
Your list is things that Sacha Baron Cohen may pretend to have sex with in the new Bruno movie. Okay. Things that Sacha Baron Cohen may pretend to have sex with in the new Bruno movie. On your mark, get set, begin.
Okay, this is what Kobe Bryant puts the round thing through.
Oh,
what type of hoop?
Basketball hoop.
Yeah. This is heavy equipment used in construction. You fill the back with dirt.
Backhoe, dump truck.
Dump truck. This is, you eat this in the summer, you cut it up. It's green on the outside, red in the middle.
Watermelon.
Yeah. This is a bar game. You throw sharp things. What?
Dartboard.
Dartboard. These are shoes that you wear if you're like a nerd going to like an Ivy League school like Peter. You put a coin in the top of them.
A penny loafer.
Yeah. This is a used to entertain kids. You put it on your hand and you. Hey, hi everybody.
A sock puppet.
Yeah. Okay. This is when you cut up a tree. Each segment that you cut up are referred to as.
Lumber chunks?
Yeah, lumber chunks, jerk. No, you cut up. You throw this on the fire.
Wood.
Yeah.
Firewood.
Cut it. I hate you.
I remember,
hey man, the fire is getting low. We better get some lumber chunks.
When we were a kid, we had a fire in our chimney, and my dad stopped using lumber chunks to heat the house after that.
Mm-hmm.
We went back to typical, gas.
Right. Yeah. I bet you know what I was shooting for there, don't you? What was I shooting for, Matt?
Firewood, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, firewood.
No.
It's
well,
log.
at least firewood is a good guess.
Yeah, that was a better
log.
guess. But yeah,
contextually.
I'll never forget when we grew up next to the stream, and every spring we'd get a big lumber chunk jam right there where the beavers built their dam.
I am so delighted to go to the amusement park this weekend so I can jump on that wild and woolly lumber chunk ride.
Mm-hmm. I remember, we don't talk about our family's heritage very much, but my great-great-grandfather on my mother's side came here to be a lumber chunker.
Joe, remember the movie Big Lebowski, that porno that was depicted in the film called Lumber Chunking?
Oh, yeah.
And that famous Monty Python song, I'm a lumber chunker and I'm okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
You just sit still and be quiet,
Matt. How many did you get?
6.
All right. Mark, we got to beat 6.
Okay.
All right. You guys, your category, Mark, and Free Beer is things that would be fun to see Donald Trump get killed by. Okay. Things that would be fun to see Donald Trump get killed by. 60 seconds. On your mark, get set, go.
Tiger Woods wears these on his feet when he plays his game.
Golf shoes.
Yes.
This is a piece of wood, standard dimension.
2x4.
Yeah.
This is what you would use to blow up stuff in a mine. To make more.
TNT. Dynamite.
Yes, dynamite.
This is what you would use to break up the billiards balls on your table.
Cue ball. Cue stick.
Another word for billiards is this.
Pool table.
He said both words.
Yes, you got it. Pool cue.
This is what you'd use to knock down the pins at the alley.
Bowling ball.
Yes.
This prehistoric creatures from Jurassic Park, they were what?
T-Rexes.
T-Rex is a type
Dinosaur.
of...
Yes.
They have these inside their skeleton. You would find a dinosaur...
Pass.
Okay, this is what you would ride to learn things. At elementary, you would get on this.
A school bus.
Oh.
I don't know. We passed on dinosaur bone, even though we had done
you were
work.
right
All of the
there.
work.
You were so there. You had it.
You would find this in the earth. Dinosaur pass.
I was thinking fossils, but...
No.
Hot Wings?
You were there.
Make a judgment call.
Yeah, it's always tough when it's close.
I got a rule in favor of Zane. I had already given you a few extra seconds based on the pool cue fiasco, so you're already at 105 on that.
Oh,
so.
Jesus. Well, damn it.
Well, Mark, it didn't work out. Thank you for trying.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Oh, you so had dinosaur bone.
Matt,
He passed.
Hey,
Matt.
Rubber Chunks win.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
That was 10 minutes ago.
Coming up, you'll hear the audio of a chef. I don't know. He may not be famous at all, but I think I've seen him before. Joe, what is his name? Andrew Zimmerman? I bet there's got to be somebody who knows who that guy is.
Yeah.
It's clearly on TV.
The Soup plays a lot of his clips. He has a show where he goes around the world eating weird things like testicles and
That's
stuff.
right. Well, in this case, he eats something he's never eaten before and will probably never eat again.
Oh, okay. It's a one-shot deal, huh?
For him.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's on the way. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Come.
97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, brought to you by Burger King. The King knows you're hungry. Open late night. Showers early with isolated thunderstorms later on. 70 the high. It's 60 and rainy downtown. And later on we'll tell you about a chance the Lions may become more accessible here in West Michigan. Obviously, if
Lions, huh?
Heading to a game, it's pretty much a full day. Oftentimes, if it's an afternoon game, leave at 9 in the morning, get home at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Well, this will be a little bit different, maybe in the future.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It is got lots and lots of beaches and lots of ladies in bikinis. And ooh-wee, I'm telling you, some dark Jamaican rum.
Keep going. I'm so turned on.
We'll get to what Hot Wings thinks momentarily about Sammy Sosa. This portion of the show brought to you by Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep. They're building a new car company. Come see what they've built for you. Check out the website, freebeerandhotwings.com. You can see a link to the video that we are about to play for you of a guy named Andrew Zimmerman, who does go around the world eating a variety of things. He's the guy that tastes the special recipes and stuff from around the world. In this case, I don't think it's so much from around the world. It's just not something that's commonly consumed by a lot of people. I bet you there are people listening who have eaten this. Probably some. There might be somebody listening who's eating it right now.
Well, yeah, maybe.
All right.
Very plausible.
It starts out, looks like he's cooking on a skillet by a campfire.
Yep.
This guy.
Kate has created a lot of wild game recipes, and beaver chili is one of her favorites.
Yeah. Oh.
This is fabulous.
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
This is my first beaver. Yeah. This is a very big moment.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's terrible lapping it up.
Oh, he is so going to town.
First of all, the chili flavors themselves, the spice mixture, out of sight.
Oh, thank you.
But now I understand it's very, very mild. It is really, really good.
Thank you. I love
I'm
it.
surprised more people aren't eating beaver. It's very, very lean. It's not irony or minerally tasting at all like some game is. It's very clean tasting. You know, a lot of the waterborne animals in the rodent family kind of taste like what they eat. And they taste of the water they come from, and it's almost like the flesh is muddy. This is not muddy at all.
And they're pretty.
Nice beaver. Tastes like, said a lot of time, it tastes like what it eats. Very sausagey.
Jeez.
Yeah, must be.
Just like
You fling balls at a giant beaver.
that's how you kill the beaver, to eat it.
Man.
Andrew Zimmern, by the way, not Zimmerman.
Okay.
Just FYI. He likes that beaver.
Oh, that was something.
He's shocked at how much he likes eating beaver.
Well, at the beginning, you just hear him start to devour it.
He just created a lot of wild game recipes.
He's really munching.
I was only listening to the audio. I wasn't actually watching what was going on.
And beaver chili is one of her favorites. This is fabulous.
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
This is my first beaver. Yeah. This is a very big moment. This
Dun,
is,
dun, dun.
Oh my God.
First of all, the chili flavors themselves, the spice mixture, out of sight.
Thank you.
But now I understand it's very, very mild. It is really, really good.
Thank you. I love it.
I'm surprised more people aren't eating beaver. It's very, very lean. It's not irony or minerally tasting at all like some game is.
Beavers are hard
It's
to
very
get, though.
clean tasting. You know, a lot of the waterborne animals in the rodent family kind of taste like what they eat. And they taste of the water they come from, and it's almost like the flesh is muddy. This is not muddy at all.
And they're pretty.
You don't want. You do not want to eat muddy beaver.
No, you want good, clean beaver. You're going to be eating beaver.
You don't want to eat fat beaver, just lean beaver.
No, yeah, definitely lean, clean beaver. I mean, some people might enjoy fattier beaver. Now, me personally, I mean, I would much rather have lean beaver, but some people are really into chunky beaver.
People have different tastes.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Well,
It's
I got to
true,
admit,
you know.
guys, he may have shown his first experience, but I've been eating beaver for years. Oh, yeah. I get it all over my face.
You do?
I dive right in every time. And there's nothing better than coming home and seeing my wife eating some, because that shows me she appreciates it. I came home from work the other day, and she was face first in beaver. I said, save some for me.
Were there any condiments used?
No.
Just plain old dry beaver?
Yeah. And it's got to be wet. I mean, like
So
you turn
gotta,
the faucet on.
A little sauteed type.
You wouldn't want it.
Yeah, the thing, I mean, I like, I love beaver too.
Yeah.
And, now it's not so tough, but I know, like, through certain parts in college, it was much harder to get beaver than I would have thought.
It wasn't as available then.
Not as much as, you would think it would, like, beaver would have been everywhere. But, I mean, maybe it was just me. I probably wasn't looking in the right place. Or,
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
or maybe I was aspiring for too fancy of beaver.
This is my first beaver.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to lower your standards and just eat any good beaver you see. It doesn't matter.
I found in college that I didn't eat a lot of beaver because I was unwilling to commit to eating it.
Do you guys, do you skin the beaver or do you just eat hairy beaver?
You can.
No,
you have to.
I prefer. Yeah, I prefer my beaver to be hairless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, I don't. Some people leave the hair on.
Shaved beaver is excellent.
Yeah. That seems weird. You wouldn't do that with anything else.
No,
Eat
that's
a
the
hairy-
thing. Yeah, exactly.
I know, but beaver is spectacular.
Well, fur burgers.
Right. You
I've
can.
never
I mean,
had
some
that.
people like that.
You
See,
It's all stupid.
but
do this for 5 hours. I could seriously. I
could too.
I couldn't be more delighted right now.
have a little
What Hot Wings thinks.
hair pie for dessert.
I'm gonna go home and chow some second I walk in the door.
Hot Wings thinks.
Free Beer Zane listeners, it's official. Sammy Sosa tested positive for steroids in 2003.
Can't believe it.
I don't think I have been less surprised by something since the last time I failed at dunking a basketball. To be honest with you, I didn't know this wasn't already common knowledge. I honestly thought this was already out in the open, but apparently there had never been any actual hard evidence presented or released to the public. As if we needed it. Look at him. Look at his numbers. 6 straight seasons of more than 40 home runs. Yeah, everybody's doing that. Anyway, someone from the New York Times wrote that he was, in fact, among the 104 players who tested positive during baseball's anonymous testing in 2003. It was supposed to remain anonymous, but as with all secrets, it was only a matter of time before someone leaked it. They didn't really need to, though. Look at them. Look at all of them. Their heads are always too big or too small. Never the right size. And their chests are about 58 inches around. It's all crazy looking. I think instead of banning roids, though, they should just implement a weight limit based on size. Like if you're 6 feet tall, you have to weigh less than 180 pounds. Then raise it or lower it based on height. This would be good for some of those chunky dudes, too. I'm not saying it would stop steroid use, but at least it would make them focus on having moderately normal-looking bodies. They still might have skulls that are 3 feet around, but at least they'll be able to shop at Kohl's for regular pants. Overall, this news doesn't matter. I just assume everyone was doing steroids between 1995 and 2005, except the team I like, the Tigers, who lost every game during that period. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. More of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show is next.
Hey, Steve.
97.9 GRD. Road rage traffic.
Rain has made main roads wet and slow. Sparta, M37 and 13 Mile Road traffic lights are out, as are all the traffic lights in Sparta. No crashes reported as of right now. That's traffic.
News this time brought to you by the Great Wolf Lodge. Bring your pack to Great Wolf Lodge, Traverse City for great rates. Go to greatwolf.com.
Obviously, getting some rain today. Not nearly as warm as yesterday or the day before. 70 for the high. 61 now. I'm Hot Wings. And jobs are on the way to West Michigan thanks to tax breaks from the Michigan Economic Growth Authority. The state announced yesterday that around 4,500 jobs will be created by 5 companies in Caledonia Township, Kentwood, Holland, and Muskegon. The biggest number of jobs will be at Farmers Insurance in Caledonia, which plans to add 1,600 positions over the next 5 years. Those jobs will pay an average yearly wage of about $35,000. A pizza delivery guy in Wyoming is recovering after being pistol whipped and robbed on Monday night. Pizza. It happened on Byron Center in the Oakleaf Apartments complex. Lieutenant Scott Beckman with the Wyoming Police Department says the 3 armed robbers drove off in his car, leaving the man bleeding on the side of the street.
Jeez.
Police say the guy suffered minor injuries. 2 suspects, a 20-year-old and a 13-year-old, are in custody. A third suspect is still on the loose. Police have not released any names.
13.
Yeah, how about that? Getting them early on the right path. That's great. Defending NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion Johnny Benson released from a Grand Rapids hospital. The race driver injured in a crash Saturday night at Berlin. Benson was caught inside his car when it caught fire after a crash at more than 100 miles an hour. Grand Rapids native had raced earlier in the day in the NASCAR Truck Series race at MIS. But he said his recovery shouldn't take too long, at least according to him. So
that's good.
The Tigers sucked yesterday. They were beat by the Cardinals 11-2 in their first appearance at Busch Stadium since the 2006 World Series. Tigers started Justin Verlander 4 innings, giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Verlander tagged with his first loss in the last 9 starts.
Very rough go, and their offense has been struggling as well.
Good news, Dontrelle Willis will not be on the mound for his next scheduled start this weekend.
That actually is good news.
He sucks.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
This could be what we call a big ding-dong.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
In a moment, audio from a video you can see at freebeerandhotwings.com of a reporter being overwhelmed by unruly fans at the College World Series. Also, Joe's latest stunt this time, one that could happen only in Springfield, Illinois. That's on the way. This portion of the show brought to you by Spam. Turn the ho-hum into oh-yeah and break the monotony at spam.com. There's a video you're going to be seeing throughout the day if you have a television, if you turn on the news, Even if you turn on Inside Edition or any show like that, and that is the president killing a fly, it's the most fascinating thing the media has ever seen.
It really is amazing. It's on every news outlet in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The president killed a fly.
Yeah, another pointless thing about the life of the president.
There's nothing he can't do.
Mm-hmm.
My God, he's like Miyagi.
It's clearly amazing. Mm-hmm. So, the University of Arkansas made it to the College World Series for the first time. This is a video you can see at freebeerandhotwigs.com, and you can see the Beaver video we talked about, as well as the Tech. This Week in Tech, I believe, is the show that with Leo Laporte that we talked about late in the show yesterday, where he got into a nerd fight. Also, the video we didn't play on the air because you kind of have to see it, of Norm Macdonald screwing with Conan O'Brien as he's trying to cut local promos on The Tonight Show. Norm Macdonald has been train-wrecking Conan O'Brien's show for more than a decade in a good way. So, But this is from... This is an Arkansas television station. The University of Arkansas made it to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska, something Hot Wings and I used to attend regularly when we lived there. It's an awesome event.
It's
Pure
a lot
party.
of fun. Man, when those southern schools make it, too, boy, do they know how to party. Those Louisiana schools.
Yes.
All you have to do is walk nearby one of their million buses that they have there.
They, invite you in.
Yes. And they're like, here, come
food.
eat this.
Yeah.
Come eat some beaver with us.
Yeah,
and you guys
it's
start getting sloppy.
That's right.
Oh, big time. Yeah, you get it all over your face.
That's for sure. Well, this TV station in Arkansas sent a reporter, and apparently in deciding who to send, they decided based on this criteria: who is the biggest nerd who would be the most out of place at something that seems fun. And they sent a guy that appears to be a little too old, maybe time to be put out to pasture, whatever, but he's not comfortable in this setting, especially when people start going bananas.
He's standing in a parking lot with fans behind him, carrying on. That's where we pick it up.
Mike Irwin is live in Omaha, where he's been since Thursday. Now, Mike, you got the feel that this crowd was more excited than the team.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, they had a lot of fun here even before the game. Now, former Razorback head baseball coach Norm DeBryan first brought the Razorbacks here to Omaha back in 1979. He's been here many times over the years, and today he was back as a representative of the Razorbacks.
He's being mobbed.
Pushing them out of the way. He's clearly irritated.
Oh, my
Go. All right. We thank you, Mike. Mike, obviously, with the rabble-rousers.
The rabble-rousers. Oh, boy, is he pissed.
They actually killed the audio from the TV station.
Probably a good idea.
Go. All right. We thank you, Mike. Mike, obviously.
You got to see, and the audio tells one story, but you've got to see Mike Irwin because he is so pissed at all of the college-age guys that are pushing their way in around him and screaming. And what's funny is the storm gathers slowly because as he's doing the beginning of his report, when he's talking about the coach that brought the Hogs to the College World Series for the first time or the last time in 1979, you see a couple guys start to stop next to him and stare into the camera. And it's not until he says the Hogs or Arkansas that the powder keg goes off.
Let me back it up a little.
And he's been here many times over the years, and today he was back as a representative of the Razorback Foundation.
They're jumping in front of him now. You can't even see him. He disappears.
He's pushing them out of the way.
This guy, he's so
frustrated.
He's completely despondent.
He clearly swore at them.
Fans of every other school there
jumping in,
descended on him. You see Gamecocks shirts and LSU and everybody but Arkansas.
He's all frustrated. Went to the bar and got smashed.
He did.
Yeah. Oh,
he
did. He was probably smashed then.
Joe normally does a new stunt every Wednesday, and in this particular case, we moved it ahead a little bit because we were in Springfield this past weekend, as we mentioned, and it was a special Springfield stunt. This is how it went.
Abraham Lincoln, Abraham, you were a truly great man.
What the hell?
Does this just play through the downtown?
Born in a cabin, Abraham, son of a hard-working just a poor
This is the worst song in the history of man.
I disagree. This is excellent.
by working hard for brotherhood became the leader.
I'm entertained and I'm learning.
Bet you there are people that wish that lady would have got shot instead of Lincoln.
Oh.
Terrible. That's a fact. That's terrible. Well, Joe went out on Saturday morning to the Abraham, we'll say the Old State Capitol, but in fact Joe went to the Abraham Lincoln Museum, which is in Springfield, Illinois. The only place you could do this because there's so many tourists there to see authentic pieces of Lincoln history, maybe America's greatest president. And Joe went out for a very specific purpose in this special Springfield stunt. Out on the phone this morning, similar to the way he is on many Joe stunts. Good morning, Broseph.
Hey guys, good morning. How are you?
We're great. How are you?
I am ridiculous looking and drawing many stares.
That's because you're wearing a top hat, a la. The idea is to be a stovepipe hat. Right.
Yeah, it kind of rounds out at the top a little, but
it's more Frosty the Snowman than Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you also have the Abraham Lincoln beard.
I do. It's
made of genuine rabbit fur.
It's very authentic looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I also am wearing. Okay, so I've got that, and then to complete the look, I am wearing the clothes that I was planning on wearing today all along, which was flip flops, some surf shorts, and a T-shirt.
No, that's very authentic. But that is the official clothing of your made-up anarchist group, LincolnTruth.org.
Kind of a hippie.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm not trying to look like Lincoln. I'm just trying to draw attention to my cause.
You're basically trying to say that, like Lincoln himself, you are also a fraud when it comes to being a Lincoln impersonator.
Yes, exactly.
Or maybe you're the only true Lincoln impersonator, because that's what Lincoln really looked like. He invented flip-flops, after all.
Yep. Now, Joe, you're at the Old State Capitol in downtown Springfield.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the Lincoln Library, or rather a block away.
Okay. Now,
and there's some sort of book fair going on. So there are so many people milling about. It's crazy.
Now, Joe, the demograph.
I'm here to spread some truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Joe, what's the general age of the people, do you think?
By the way, I can only hear free beer.
Okay, never mind that.
Joe, what is the general age of the people who are there?
Well, up until now, I would have told you 65, but here's some youngins. But I'd say on average, probably like 50 years old.
Some youngins, you say? Mm. Yeah. All right, Joe. Well, it's time for you to start to making some hay here with LincolnTruth.org. Your objective is to make sure that they understand exactly why Lincoln was a fraud.
Yeah,
okay?
Absolutely.
And of course, none of us believe that. We believe he's maybe the greatest president to have ever been
How
president
doing,
of the United States.
I'm with LincolnTruth.org. Here spreading the truth about Lincoln today. Do you know anything about Lincoln? Are you from this town?
I've been here for 68 years.
For 68 years.
Well, tell him that.
When Lincoln was here.
Oh, you are crazy, aren't you?
No, not crazy.
Duh.
No, I've been here forever.
Okay, I got you.
Well, Joe, tell that guy that something. Say, hey.
What fact are you going to tell me that I don't know?
I'll tell you something you didn't know. Did you know he was married to a pioneer named Bert Simpson?
Confuse you. Go ahead.
No, I'll tell you something you didn't know. Did you know that he was married
to a pioneer named Bert Simpson?
To a pioneer named Bart Simpson?
No, Bert, but whatever.
Well, that's all right.
Bert Simpson?
Yeah. Yeah. Lincoln was the first supporter of gay marriage. That was one of the big things.
Yeah.
I can't talk to you anymore, sir. I'm sorry. You're too crazy. You wouldn't shut up, guys. I'm sorry.
All right.
That was nuts. That guy was nuts.
I can't believe that was actually a guy. I thought it was an old lady.
No kidding.
That made me angry.
Hans Moleman threw Joe off his game already.
Dude, I was like, I'm talking to a guy in a Lincoln hat and a beard, and he's fat.
Yeah, you actually had to tell him off. You had to tell him to beat it. Anyway.
All right, Joe, find another mark.
All right. Hi, sir. How are you? Doing well. My name's Joe. I'm with LincolnFact.org. Have you heard of my organization? Well, I'm just here spreading the truth about Lincoln.
A lot of people believe Lincoln was the best president ever, but he was in fact the worst.
A lot of people believe he was the best president ever. In fact, he was the opposite, the very worst president ever.
Did you know that he invented AIDS?
Did you know he invented AIDS?
Mm-hmm.
This is true. This is all absolute fact.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that...
If you just read a little bit between the lines, you'll understand all of this.
Stop being a sucker for the penny. Lincoln was a transvestite.
Penny, man.
Tell him Lincoln was a transvestite.
Lincoln was a transvestite. Have you heard any of this before? Oh, yeah. You have. It's all crazy, isn't it? I got to get your info. You and I, we can work together, man. Since you seem to be with me on the Lincoln is a transvestite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, you're not with me.
Mm-hmm.
You just heard it all before.
Tell the man you'd like to hold hands to show the power of truth.
Let's hold hands to show the power of truth.
Truth is important.
Truth is important. No, well. Sir, can we talk the truth and hug?
Mm-hmm.
You're not one for hugging?
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, it's time to learn. Let's do it.
Where, are you from here?
No, I'm not from here.
Where are you from?
I'm from a far-off place, Georgia.
Georgia.
South?
Yeah, it's kind of south. Yep, that way.
Yeah. Tell him good job on knowing where Georgia is.
What'd you say?
What part?
What part?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
And then say Savannah.
Savannah.
Yeah.
I'm from Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
Tell him Lincoln used to be the lead singer of Queensryche.
So, you're up here?
Yeah, I'm up here. I learned who this man Lincoln was a couple of weeks ago, and all the craziness, I just decided that I should come here, spread the word, because all this stuff that we're hearing about him, it's all lies.
Yeah.
Did you know he was a sodomite?
No offense if you are, sir.
No offense if you are, but...
I know you didn't want to hold hands. I figured that's because you were going to get a boner.
Do you have any?
What'd you say?
Your religion, do you have any?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
No.
Tell him you'll ask the questions.
I'll ask the questions.
Say, did
sir.
Lincoln have religion?
Did Lincoln have religion?
Did Lincoln have? No.
Yes,
No.
he did. He was a Scientologist.
Scientologist.
Yeah.
He invented it.
When he got shot,
Well, he
Thetans
had
flew all over the crowd.
Yes.
Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you.
Tell him that Lincoln invented hardcore porno.
Lincoln was the inventor of hardcore pornography.
Are you into that?
Are you into that?
Have you ever been in one?
Have you ever been in one?
I want to be in one with a Lincoln lookalike.
Let me
You don't
plow you.
believe in that stuff.
Let me plow you with my Lincoln beard.
Believe in this, sir. Believe in this. This is my hip thrusting.
No.
A sign there against it. No, it just says floor shine shoes for men.
No. Right there between.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why is everyone I talk to down here crazy?
Well, probably don't do the same things you do.
Oh, God. All right, well, take care. Have a good day.
Joe, what did the
Joe's
sign
sick
say
of
that
him.
he was trying to get you to read? No parking or something else ridiculous?
Yeah, he pointed at a parking meter, and that's it.
Oh,
Well, he seems stupid, then,
All right,
frankly.
Go find another wacko.
Yeah.
Joe, I think my favorite so far is your edition of, I'll give you the truth. This is the truth of my hips thrusting.
All right, here we are. We're in the thick of the book fair.
All right.
Okay.
Joe.
Maybe you should shout, are there any books here about the truth about Lincoln, how he was never really president?
Yeah. You can work that in somehow.
Okay.
And you're going to, like, blurt that out and maybe hold the book over your head.
Use some of the Obama conspiracy. Say that they never found, that they could never find Lincoln's birth certificate, that the state of Hawaii would not give it to him.
Say that Lincoln was a Muslim.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, go get some fossil.
You ready, Joe?
Excuse me, folks. Do you think there's any books here that tell the truth about Abraham Lincoln? Do you know what that truth is? He was a Muslim. He was a Muslim. He was
He was not
He was into kids.
He was
into kids and dogs and cats.
He was not an American citizen.
In a
Hawaii
gross
never
sexual
showed
way,
his.
He was not an American citizen.
He was actually Samoan.
He was Samoan. He had a very hard head like a coconut.
Not hard enough in hindsight, but pretty hard.
Oh.
Did any of you know this? I am a great American. You've never heard the truth from anybody else except me. I am the greatest American.
Piss him off, Joe.
Absolutely, I'm the only one who knows the truth.
Ask him. Ask her if Lincoln
you know
makes her
Lincoln
moist.
was a murderer. Nobody tells you these things.
Boy, Joe's
but I'm
really
here.
going for it.
You can thank me right now.
Hey, Joe, say it wasn't all bad. He did invent the Lincoln Car Company.
But it wasn't all bad. He did invent the Lincoln Car Company.
He also started Lincoln Financial.
And he sang
Started Lincoln Financial.
He's the lead singer of Lincoln Park.
He was the lead singer of Lincoln Park.
Mm-hmm. And they invented the toy Lincoln Logs because that's what his poop looked like.
Yeah.
And he invented the toy Lincoln Logs because that's what his poop looked like.
Now, bear in mind, for those who are listening, if you're just tuning in, Joe is saying this to tourists who are there to visit the library.
Also, he hated black people. Did you guys know that? Did anybody know that? No, I'm with LincolnFact.org.
Mm-hmm.
LincolnFact.org.
Try not to.
No, I'm not bored. This is what I do.
Down that way, maybe you should take a walk.
No, maybe I should stand here and read these books, all lines about Lincoln.
Joe, say, why don't you make me?
I don't think you should.
No, I don't want to say that to that guy.
No, you don't. You don't want to say that to him at all.
Yeah, well, you wait till you see the video. That guy freaking killed me with his fingers.
Joe, do you want to be done with this?
I kind of want to do more, but nobody cares about me anymore.
I get the sense that you're enjoying twisting the knife a little bit in the back here.
I am a little bit.
Because we stopped telling you stuff, and you ramped it up with the Abraham Lincoln hates black people and sleeps with children.
Yeah.
You're saying this to people who traveled to Springfield to see his office in the old state capitol? Yeah.
It's so awkward because everyone's looking at me because I look like a dildo, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just standing here. I'm not even looking at books. I'm just on the corner because I'm listening to you guys.
Well, I think you're good. Come on back.
Come on back.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Producer Joe.
Abraham Lincoln. Abraham. You were
It's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
Very beautiful. That video, if you want to see it, we're going to be seeing it for the first times ourselves. If you go to freebeerandhotwings.com, right on the front page, the first picture in the slideshow. If you look at that, you can then click on the picture, and that will take you to the video, which is linked up through Bishop's Facebook. Sometimes I make more mistakes while I'm dwelling on the other one in my mind.
We got to do that whole thing again.
No.
We got to do that about 11 times.
It is still there on the front page. The video's hilarious. You can check that out.
It is. Excellent.
You can clink on that leak anytime you want. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. Zane has two brothers-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Or brother-in-laws,
mm-hmm.
however you say it.
Brothers-in-law would be right.
Your wife Diana's two brothers. You have told several stories about them. You have an update on what's going on with them that I think will be shocking to a lot of people, even though they don't know them. It's shocking to hear about anyone. Fair to say?
Yeah, because of how lazy they are in every aspect of their lives.
Will this be cathartic for you to talk about it?
Yeah, the thing I was afraid of was not being able to quite to describe accurately what goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a handle on it because I've mulled it over in my brain several times. And what at first was, well, maybe I should talk about this, now has become, I can't wait to talk about this. Because I've kind of worked it out. And because my wife provided me with new info, when I walked in the door yesterday and she was home because she had to go babysit her brothers, and she goes, I have stories to tell you. And when she told me the stories, I went, okay, now that goes with what I was mulling over. I have an absolute avenue to talk about this on the air.
And when you say go babysit her brothers who are older than her, right?
Yeah, one's like 50. The other one's is, I think he's 47, 46.
Yeah.
She had to babysit the boys.
Shouldn't have to do that.
No.
We'll get to that coming up next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
97.9 GRD. Road Rage Traffic.
Brought to you by the Buick Open. That's in Grand Blanc. Call them up, 1-800-878-OPEN for tickets. Sparta, M37 and 13 Mile Road. Traffic lights are out. All the traffic lights in Sparta, actually. Also, Eastmanville problems at 68th Street and Leonard, north side of the Grand River Bridge. Southeast of Door, 140th east of 16th, power pole fire. That's traffic.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
You are a rude, thoughtless little pig.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Alec Baldwin, and he was talking to his young daughter at the time, still very young, but that famous voicemail. There's an update on that story we'll have for you a little bit later on today. Also, an update on something Hot Wings addressed yesterday and what Hot Wings thinks about the people that were protesting David Letterman's show, demanding he be fired. We have some audio and some video at freebeerandhotwings.com of those people and some of the things they were saying. They actually were saying things that were as offensive in some cases as what Letterman said.
Oh, worse.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I just think these people are
They're kind of
horrible.
lunatics.
Yeah.
Kind of my
Nut
impression.
jobs.
1-800-947-3979. You can check out the website, freebeerandhotwings.com. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Here's some funky Dixieland, pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. I want a honky-tonk, pretty honky-tonk,
Yeah, harmonizing.
with you
eventually.
all night long. I'd like to hear some funky
Talking about the Doobie Brothers, not the band. My wife's actual brothers, known on this show as the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think pot has been in the forecast in a long time for the Doobie Brothers.
It's too bad. That would have been a viable excuse.
No, but their brains are damaged, I think. Something is askew. This all started with, boy, it's hard to put a fine point as to what is taking place. So I'm just going to describe to you as much as I can.
And just to sort of reset, they're older than your wife.
Yep. They are her older brothers. And Kevin is approaching 50. David is about 46. God bless him, man. And I'm just going to tell you what happened. A while ago, they lost their jobs. It took forever to get them to apply for their benefits, their unemployment, which they, obviously that's there for people who lose their job. Well, finally, they got that going. They were too lazy to go apply. It's money. You pay into it.
They had no other means to pay for things, right?
No. So they were too lazy to go file for unemployment. Finally, they did, and that has kicked in, and it's coming up. It's ending finally in August. So I don't know what's going to happen to them. Now they live in my wife's father's home that was bequeathed to them when he died. Did I say that right?
Yep.
And so it's part Diana's. And it's theirs, too. When they sell it, they'll pay her off. That's never going to happen because the home is in shambles, because they don't do anything to maintain the home. It's a disaster, disgusting eco-pit.
Now, when Hot Wings and Joe and I were there for his wake, after your father-in-law's funeral, the house was not those things.
No, it was in fine order.
It was in fine order, and in fact, if anything, it was a good house to own because there were so many other homes on the street being purchased and McMansions were being built in their place, so people were paying high dollar at the time. This was before the real estate crash and stuff.
Quaint little place. Well, all right. So now Kevin's had epilepsy forever. Well, he had brain surgery 15 years ago, and he was having so many seizures that he had to have this brain surgery. He was going to die.
Ooh.
So, 10, 12 grand mal seizures a day will do that.
Yeah.
Well, they did the brain surgery with his medicine now. The medicine now is effective enough that it is able to make it so he doesn't have seizures at all. If he takes his medicine, He does not have seizures.
Okay.
Now, the problem with him now, though, is it's almost like he seemed a bit touched after the surgery. They actually removed a portion of his brain. Somewhere, I don't know if it's too many grand mal seizures. I don't know if it's brain surgery, but you just felt something wasn't right.
Yeah.
He started drinking, gained a lot of weight, and stopped caring about his personal hygiene. And so then they move into this home. The house is now a disaster. They don't take care of it. They're lazy. It's a pit. Just so happens this week, Monday, my wife gets a call. Kevin's having grand mal seizures. He just had 3. Oh, my gosh, Dave, now they don't have any insurance because they lost their job. What do I do? And now, if you need emergency care, you do that, and that's what it's there for. The government pays for that.
Right.
They don't know that. They think
Right.
they can't call the hospital. They think that they
Right.
have to handle it on their own. They're that simple.
It's shocking that at the age you said they are, that they would have to call someone.
Yeah. What do I do?
That's a call you make in your early 20s or when you're just in college.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with this before, but when you're in your 40s nearing 50, typically you have a battle plan for emergency procedures.
I hear half the conversation. My wife says, call 911, Dave. 911. Call 911. And then Dave says, according to my wife, he's having another one right now. Call 911. He calls 911. They come. They take him to the hospital. And he has a seizure at the hospital. Big ones. And then they ask him, when was the last time you took your meds? He goes, I forgot to take it last night. Not true. His medicine levels were so low that it had to have been days since he'd taken his medicine. He just forgets to take it. That's part of the he's screwed up thing.
If it was medicine or grand mal seizure, I'm going with the medicine.
It's just he can't. He forgets.
Right.
So whatever. So my wife goes there and is now going to help David and talk to David,
which is the brother that does not have seizures.
Yeah. And he basically has to take care of Kevin, but he can't even take care of himself. She's so disgusted at the home that she wakes up yesterday morning to take a shower. And she's so grossed out by the bathroom, she cleans his bathroom. Can you imagine if you had a guest at your house and they were so mortified with your bathroom that they cleaned it for you? Seriously. She cleans his bathroom. Then she cannot find a towel anywhere. They have no towel. I get a text message. I can't find a towel in the home. I am going to go mow the 8-foot lawn. She mows the lawn for them. Grown men. How sad is this?
Grown men who aren't busy at work.
Right. Now, David does do a job under the table, but Kevin is useless. He showers once a week now, does not brush his teeth, does not change. He wears the same clothes every day, and when he wears them, he looks homeless. He pulls his mom pants, those jean pants I used to wear that you guys make fun of me about. He pulls them way up. He'll wear a wife beater, black socks, and white slip-on Gilligan shoes. No care in the world about anything. Falling apart. Huge beer gut. This is a slight guy, normally.
Oh, boy.
He's falling apart in front of our eyes. So, fast forward to yesterday in the afternoon. It's time for Kevin to come home. My wife goes there to pick him up. He's not in his room. What? Goes to the nurse's station. Where is Kevin? I don't know. He's wandering around, I think. We saw him. She starts walking around the floor of the hospital, and he's in no shoes or socks on, the same clothes I told you he was wearing, with his IV in, and just wandering around, not a care in the world. And she goes, what are you doing? Well, I'm just taking a walk. Okay, well, it's time to go. All right, whatever. Goes in his room. He has left in his arm the IV. It's, that apparatus that they just stick a needle into the apparatus.
Is it called a stint?
Whatever it is, so they can control the flow. They keep it ready because they intravenously introduced his medicine back to his system to get him to stop having seizures.
Right.
The stupid idiot. Now, those have to be removed.
Oh, no.
He grabs it and pulls it out. He just pulled it out right there in front of my wife. And he goes, ow. And my wife goes, what are you doing? Yeah, it's time to go. Yep, time to leave. She goes, Kevin, that's not something you should do. That's not set up for that.
Yeah, you don't want to just yank the port out of your arm.
He starts pulsating blood out of his arm.
Well, of course, that's a pretty main
vein
vein that they have right in the corner of your elbow on the inside where they always put those things.
The nurse comes in and goes, "What'd you do?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I'm ready to go." She can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
He's bleeding all over the place. He's got this huge knot now on the inside of his arm.
Yeah, you got to immediately put pressure when you slide those out so that blood doesn't go under the skin.
Okay, I'm going to sit on the big kicker because there's still another thing about how out of it these two are, specifically Kevin. We've discussed this on the air before, and I will save it for the next break.
Okay.
Wait till you hear this.
Didn't pull anything else out of his body, did he?
I don't want no questions, please.
Where's my shampoo? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and then we got the hot zester.
They would not
story.
have shampoo.
I've got the story. We have to replay the hot zester before he got to a point where I won't allow him in my house because he's so filthy.
I don't know what you'd do. A shower once a week and no brushing your teeth?
I
No
don't
towel in their home?
I don't understand how these people, how this happens.
That's pretty rough. It's very rough.
I hope I always have some sort of direction in my life,
Can you
even
believe
if
it?
it's a weird one.
And then
some direction.
And then he doesn't. He could apply for Medicaid and all sorts of because of his disability. There's all sorts of Social Security benefits at his beck and call.
Right.
If he chooses to go and fill out a form,
Can't do that.
he won't. They have no clue. They don't know anything. They're helpless.
Wow. They're going to have to live with you.
Oh, my God. That will so never happen. That's impossible. That will never, ever happen.
I don't blame you. They clearly need to live with Joe. Joe?
No way.
Can you imagine as a Joe stunt if Joe had to go and clean their home? 4 hours of gagging.
Oh, dude, no way.
And then David is talking to the nurse or the pharmacist about his medicine. And he's so inept at interacting that he's getting all nervous on the phone, and he's missing key details about what the physicians said about his medicine, and Diana he's driving Diana crazy about this, and she goes, "Give me the phone." And she takes the phone and goes, "Yeah, okay, let's start over. This is Kevin's sister, and here's what's happened. Here's what you need to know. It took 1 minute." Done. And Dave's like, his hand's shaking while he's feebly writing. And I'm like, dude, get it together. What's wrong with you?
You got one job. We'll get to the kicker that's worse than pulling the thing out of your arm and pulsating blood. That's not the kicker. That's what's crazy. That's next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Showers early, isolated thunderstorms later. It is a very rainy 60 downtown GR right now.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
This is my first beaver.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Believe it or not, there is a video that is related to the audio you just heard at freebeerandhotwings.com. Don't you want to see the video where the man and woman discuss how many times he's eaten beaver before? You can see that in the video reel section of freebeerandhotwings.com. Coming up just after the top of the hour, we're going to ask for you to share some stuff. People, whenever we've done any topic similar to this, people have very much enjoyed sharing stuff like this. And the question we will ask you, and there's a story as to why we're asking you this question, but the question we will ask you is, what have you done at work that we probably shouldn't know about? And to be clear, we're not just looking for things you've done to sabotage employees or whatever. It could be much more wide open than that. What have you done at work that we probably shouldn't know about? The example that we'll share that someone told us about involves something flight crews do on airplanes when they're flying empty. Not as much as they used to before September 11th, and there were sort of some rule changes and stuff like that. But this used to be very common from what I was told.
Yeah, I believe it.
So we'll get to that coming up.
Now, when last we spoke, we were talking about how the Doobie Brothers, which are my wife's brothers, how would you describe their ineptitude at life? What's the best way to describe it, do you think?
Complete.
Yeah.
They're complete stooges.
Well, and we just got an email from someone, and just so that this doesn't come off odd or bad for you, it says, can you specify if he is normal or if he is mentally handicapped legitimately, because it sounds like you're angry and just making fun of him.
No, come on.
The only thing that
I think I am.
In the times that we've met them, and you know them better than me, but speaking on your behalf, I think often what prevents them from being more successful in life is a lack of interest in success and some common sense.
David graduated with a Bachelor of a BA in history. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He has aptitude in that department, a college degree.
And Kevin has seizures, but other than that, he's
graduated
the
high
same as
school,
everybody
same
else.
pace as everybody else. There is no issue.
They're pretty much just, giant losers.
Yes.
I mean, really.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I'm going to go make fun of retarded people in this fashion for this length of time and not even give that as background, idiot.
If somebody tuned in the middle, maybe they got the wrong idea.
Well,
just to be clear.
Maybe. So, now, there are so many problems that have taken place, it's getting worse. They're getting more and more stupid. I don't know how this could happen. It was about a year ago that on the air here, I called Kevin because he had an enlarged testicle that he was complaining about.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
It was like the size of a fist or something, wasn't it? I mean, it was considerably larger than the other. I do remember that part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know why, and nor would he go to a physician to get it checked.
And that was what you called him on. You said you need to get that checked out. You need to.
Yeah, I mean, hell, it could be cancer. It could be anything. I mean, because testicles don't usually swell up to 2 or 3 times their normal size for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot worse now. He has not gotten it checked.
So he still has that problem?
You ever play that? Go to the place like Chuck E. Cheese, or a place that sells pizza and has games, and there's that game that you can throw the balls into the basketball hoop, and you compete with somebody right next to you, and they're undersized basketballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like novelty basketball.
A mini ball.
That's how big his testicle is now. My wife knows that. Because you can see it through his pants.
Oh, my God. What the hell is wrong with him?
He's got elephantitis of the nuts or something. I don't know what's going on.
Nut.
He has this crazy... He won't... It doesn't happen. He's not going to the doctor.
No, that's...
And while he was there, he didn't even bother to say, hey, take a look at my nut while you're here. No one even bothered.
You would think the doctor would have said, hey, I don't normally see a bulge sticking out of a robe there, shaped like that.
For whatever reason, it was missed. So now he has his meds regulated, which he'll screw up because he won't take them. He has no medical care, no concern in the world. The doctor is explaining to him his condition. My wife is there. And the nurse is explaining to him his condition. They're double-teaming him and explaining the medicine. This is what you need to do. Keep it in your system. Barely even paying attention. Not even a care in the world. Yep, okay, thanks. Whatever. Bye. I don't know what's happened to these two.
Do you think he truly is just hopeless? Like he has given up hope and actually kind of wants to die?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. But they're both like this. It's the weirdest thing. It is absolutely screwed up. And the home, like I said, is a disaster. It will never sell.
It'll have to be demolished.
Oh, yeah. They'll just raise the home is what they'll do, because they in 2 or 3 years' time, they have just destroyed the home.
Mm-hmm.
The dog takes a dump, pees everywhere in the house, just whatever. It's cool. They leave it there.
They have a dog?
Yeah.
They actually think they can take care of another thing?
They can't. It
does seem very, very, very backwards.
Yeah.
Well, I got the hot zester story.
How long is the hot zester story?
2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Perfect. This is an earlier appearance by the Doobie Brothers in a brighter time.
Barely brighter. They've always been a little dopey, that is. Here you go.
You know what this story reminded me of is last year when, Zane, you and your family went to the baseball game and your brothers-in-laws were with you, and we were leaving the stadium, and you were in the minivan, and then you farted.
Oh,
yeah.
And then,
Oh, my
a few
God.
seconds later, the dude puked in his lap, and then just goes, "Oh man, that fart got to me."
that was one of the
Really
best,
got to me.
one of the most unbelievable scenarios ever, because I remember weighing the possibilities in my mind before I unleashed this bomb, and I knew it was going to be a hot zester. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
One of those ones that burns.
Yeah, and then it was a hot as hell night, so we got the air cranked, and there's a bunch of people behind me, so I got the damn vents for the air conditioner aimed in between the front seats going straight back, and sure enough, man, I unleashed this big flapper, and it kind of built up into the jet stream, and it kicked it back, and then all of a sudden, Kevin, the poor dude's got epilepsy, so everything always goes bad. The poor bastard. All of a sudden, I see in the rearview mirror him convulsing, and then I'm like, what's going on back there? And my wife goes, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I just puked on my pants. That fart got to me."
That's still one of my favorites.
Right on his pants.
One of my favorite stories. Because we were at the same game, and you called the next day and told me that, and I laughed and laughed and laughed. The line of, "That fart got to me," while you're wearing all the food you ate at the ball game on your pants.
He had nowhere to go with it because
20
those
miles from
windows
home.
that don't open, so he just does it on his pants. What an option! If your one option is to barf on yourself, you know it's bad.
It's amazing you didn't get in a car wreck that night just from laughing.
I regret that you brought that up because I'm actually in pain now.
All of our stomachs hurt.
God.
It's funnier now than it was when you told me. No, it's not. It's the same funny. What's crazy is he hasn't changed those pants.
No, still wearing them.
Yeah, he's picking it off and eating it.
It's the problem.
2 or 3 years.
Up next, what do you do at work that we shouldn't know about? We've already got 2 emails that make this a winning segment.
Oh, sweet! I love that when we're prepared.
And we've got a setup story that what inspired us to want to do this. That by itself, I'm hoping we can get a phone call or two from people confirming that this used to go on and that it's not just an urban legend that's been passed around. So we'll get to all that coming up. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It's traffic.
Brought to you by Harley Davidson Motorcycles. North side, eastbound 96 at Alpine. A crash there. Sparta, the traffic lights are out. M37 and 13 Mile Road. Same thing in Eastmanville, 68th Avenue and Leonard. North side of the Grand River Bridge. That's traffic.
News brought to you by McDonald's, McCafe, specialty coffees and frappuccinos. I'm loving it.
Cloudy skies, of course, rain this morning. Looks like that should taper off downtown here really almost any time. Looking at the radar, it's passing through the area finally. Do have a chance of some isolated thunderstorms this afternoon, but otherwise just dry. 69 for a high at 61. Now I'm Hot Wings. And there are actually some jobs on the way to West Michigan, thanks to tax breaks from the Michigan Economic Growth Authority. The state announced yesterday that about 4,500 jobs will be created by 5 companies in Caledonia Township, Kentwood, Holland, and Muskegon. The biggest number of jobs will be at Farmers Insurance in Caledonia, which plans to add about 1,600 jobs over the next 5 years. Those jobs will pay about $35,000 a year on average. The government is taking a pass on helping auto suppliers, though. The Treasury Department said yesterday it will not give more financial help to that sector of the auto industry. Last week, pleas from auto parts manufacturers for up to $10 billion in federal aid loans was denied by Obama's auto task force. Shutdowns at GM and Chrysler have left hundreds of auto parts makers with no money and plenty of skepticism about their own futures. Some fear they won't be able to kickstart production lines when new orders from automakers actually begin again. Back in March, suppliers did receive $5 billion from the government while it was busy helping GM and Chrysler restructure. The Tigers were beat by the Cardinals yesterday 11-2 in their first appearance at Busch Stadium since the 06 World Series.
A lot like the World Series.
Pretty much, yeah. Tigers starter Justin Verlander, who had been great and had been 7-0 in his last starts, went 4 innings, giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the first. Verlander was tagged with his first loss in his last 9 starts. Brandon Inge and Miguel Cabrera each hit solo home runs to put the Tigers on the board, but obviously they were the only ones to get anything. Detroit will try to even the series tonight with Edwin Jackson getting the nod. Meanwhile, Dontrelle Willis will not be on the mound for his scheduled start this weekend. Before yesterday's game against the Cardinals, Leland said the left-hander would not pitch Saturday against the Brewers.
You suck!
He's 1-4 with a 7.49 ERA in the 7 games he's been in.
It's not very good.
No.
7.49. Holy cow, man. I think one of us could get a 7.49 ERA.
Pretty close.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
I'm Richard, a.k.a. Big Head. I work at the Red House, and I'm black.
On that website, freebeerandhotwings.com, you can see the video about the guy that is eating his first beaver in his life. He likes it. Also, the reporter at the College World Series in Omaha from Arkansas, who did not know how to deal with angry fans. I don't know that anyone would have had a good plan for that.
He should have just smiled and threw his hands in the air. That would have been charming. As it was, he got fussy.
He did get fussy. Very fussy.
You know, he's upset that no one wants to hear his big baseball report that nobody cares about anyway.
You can also see Joe's latest stunt from Springfield. The video is up. That's in the slideshow if you click on that. There's lots of stuff on there, new blogs and everything else. Steve wrote his first blog. I have an updated blog. Zane, did you post yours?
And I posted it, and then it didn't show up, so you know how it is.
Yeah.
Mr. Eric, you are doing it all wrong. I will tell you how to do it. Nanu, nanu.
I like how Payam from the company that does our website has become Mork from Ork's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe so. It's possible. Coming up a little bit later on this hour, why would a police officer feel the need to pull over an ambulance and get in a fist fight with an EMT while they're hauling someone to the hospital? This story's been sort of bubbling under nationally for quite some time. You may have seen this video on the internet or something like that. But we've got some audio and sort of an update on that, so that's coming up. Don't forget this portion of the show brought to you by Spam. Turn the ho-hum into OEM. Break the monotony at spam.com. So we got this email in that I'm kind of paraphrasing some of this, but this person's sister worked for a major airline, one that if you've flown, you've probably flown on it. And when she had recently quit her job and at a family gathering, they were talking about things that went on, and she said, there's some things that I used to do that I never told anyone in the family because I didn't think you'd like hearing it.
Oh.
She said prior to 9/11, this happened a lot more often than today, but in her case, if a plane was needed for a flight out of, say, Washington, D.C., and none were available, airlines would often ask a flight crew to fly a plane to that location to make up for where one is not available.
Sure.
And they would fly it often with no customers on board, no passengers.
Sure, that happens occasionally, even if you're waiting for a plane. Your plane breaks down. We got to wait for another plane to get here.
Sure.
And they'll send one in. Sure.
When they would do this, again, this happened much more often before September 11th, but still it happened after that. As the plane is on its descent, the flight crew, the stewardesses and stewards, would grab serving trays and try to surf down the aisle as the plane is coming in at the angle.
Well,
for
that's
fun.
awesome.
That does sound like fun.
It does
Dangerous
sound like,
as hell, but
yeah. I'd like to be on a flight where they do it with people on board on takeoff.
Yeah.
I'd love to see guys go skittering by.
Oh yeah, you have to ride on the drink cart,
Mm-hmm.
screaming towards the back of the
that'd
thing.
be great.
So with that, we ask you, what have you done at work that we probably shouldn't know about? And I know that people do things at work all the time, and they do it for a variety of reasons. It's fun in that case. Sometimes they want to break one off in the company, whatever it might be.
Yeah, when I used to work at the cabinet shop, the giant, what are called base cabinets that are sit on the floor, like let's say your sink, it would have your sink, and when there's nothing in it, we're still manufacturing it. You have to clean the glue off the inside of them with lacquer thinner, and that was my job. I'd have to sit in the cabinets and clean off the lacquer thinner off the inside of the cabinets. So I would close the doors of the cabinet, and the fumes would quickly build up with the lacquer thinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an inhalant thing. I was addicted to this inhalant from the fumes of the lacquer thinner. It could kill you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, right to the moon, man. I'd come stumbling out of the cabinet. Oh, it was incredible. It was terrible for you, but man, what a buzz. And then I go cut wood on the saw.
Very lucky.
Very safe. You are lucky you have all your digits.
Great plan.
Oh, it was, there was a lot of work in there.
So, what have you done at work that we shouldn't know about? We got this email from a woman.
This was me.
I'm walking on sunshine.
We got this email from a woman who says, please keep me anonymous.
Okay.
People shouldn't know that I have sex in the conference room at work at least once a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Complete whore.
Oh.
How about this one?
Did she say with who?
Nope.
Wow.
I used to work at an office supply furniture store in Grand Rapids that sells office furniture as well. This also from a woman. On Sunday nights, it was just me and one other coworker that was male. We were locked in the store for 10 hours together every Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
After we got to know each other, I used to throw a party with my face on the floor.
Uh-huh.
With the chairs, the other desks, and the models. It was fun, and eventually we both got written up for not getting enough work done on Sundays. I thought we got a lot done, she says. Was, in fact, doing a job.
Yeah.
You know.
Man.
How about that?
She just likes oral.
947-3979. What did you do at work that we shouldn't know about?
By the way, I could use a blow.
Cotton joins us. Hi, Cotton.
Kabooby, guys.
Kabooby. What do you do at work that we shouldn't know about?
I work for a lawn care company, and instead of doing the work, we just fill out the bill and leave it on the door.
Oh, wow.
So they pay, and while they're at work, you come and you just leave the bill on the door, but you don't actually do anything to their yard?
Right. If we're running late during the day, we have to do so many stops. We just fill out the bill and put it on their door for them.
Well, what about, clearly, what if the grass is still long then? It's evident you haven't done anything.
We don't mow the lawn. We just do the fertilization.
Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's more than it's putting chemicals down as opposed to actually cutting or trimming.
Right. Just throw some on the driveway and call it good.
Oh, because you can see the fertilizer when you come home. If it's not on the sidewalk, you'd be suspicious.
How come you do that? Why don't you just do it?
It takes too much time. If you're running late, we just
skip
it.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible.
Any fear or trepidation that you've given too much info on the radio, being that you have a distinct voice, your name is Cotton, and you work for a lawn company?
Mm-hmm.
No, hopefully the bosses don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should say
not.
You should say the name of the company just in case.
I'll pass on that.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good idea, Cotton.
All right, Cotton. I thought for sure he was because he seemed a little simple.
I did have Pube pick the phone up off the air and find out what company it was because I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting hosed on some deal.
Yeah, good.
So if you're
Excellent.
suspicious, email and I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
1-800-947-3979.
Now you've done it.
You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. This is Mike. Hi, Mike.
Hey.
What's up?
What do you say, Mike? What did you do at work that we probably shouldn't know about?
I took a dump off a ladder.
Oh, jeez.
Off a ladder, you say?
Yes. Into a stall toilet.
Into what?
Into like a stall toilet.
So you sat the ladder up over the top, you climbed up there, and you hung your back door over the edge and then dropped one like it was Fat Man and Little Boy heading for a Japanese city?
Oh, yeah.
How high did it have to fall?
I think it's an 8-foot ladder.
So, oh, no. Was it a big coiler or was it, pebbles?
Yeah. They're fair size, not too
Oh,
big.
jeez.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There was not too much water got out. And
Was this a dare?
Oh, no. We were just fixing ceiling tiles in the bathroom, and the ladder was just sitting over the toilet side.
It was like it was begging for you to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And so people watched you do it?
Oh, no. I didn't leave.
You made them leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were like.
Well, why
on the
even do?
corner. Well, they could hear the splunking.
Oh my gosh!
Did you bullseye it or did you hit the side?
We were careful about it because if I missed, I would have to clean it up, and I did not want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you should always be careful when you're taking a dump off an 8-foot ladder into a bowl.
Yeah, when you're going for distance.
Well, yeah. So we dug up a piece of string and tied a paper clip to the end and hung it from the ceiling to make sure it would fall perfectly in the center.
You put a lot of time and effort into this.
So you basically created a plumb bob so that you could make sure your
is that what that's called?
Ass was positioned properly for straight droppage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations, Mike. You've wasted a lot of your employer's money and time.
But you are very resourceful in your stupidity.
You are. 1-800-947-3979. This is Robert. Hi, Robert.
Hey.
Hey.
Robert in Nashville. What do you do at work that we shouldn't know about?
I teach swim lessons at a local pool for in the summer.
Okay.
And when we have kids, part of the swim lessons, we have to take them up on the high dive. And when they don't go off on their own, we have to toss them off.
You toss off kids?
Well, we have to get them cleared from the board so they don't freak out and hit their head on the board.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you really do a good job at tossing off those kids.
Hey, I get some pretty good distance.
Yeah, I bet you
do.
Probably.
The kids, yeah. Wow,
I mean,
man.
Serious throws.
Well, what do the parents say about you tossing off their kids?
Most of them just let us do it. They're like,
they let
get
you
them
do
off,
it?
What?
Well,
I mean, it's part of the swim lessons. They have we have them. They ask us to get them off, to go off the board. So if they don't go off, we can't have them go off the ladders because they can slip and fall.
Right. So I mean, it's essentially the parents are paying you and encouraging you to toss off their kids.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. Some cases. Some cases they're like, no, we'll just let them do it on their own pace.
Yeah. Most of these kids are probably getting tossed off for the first time.
Wow.
No, some of them have been off before. They don't have the.
Wow. How old are these kids?
When they get back up there.
How old are
these kids?
Yeah.
Anywhere from 6 to 10.
Oh my God.
So now, do the parents watch or do they leave while you're doing this?
Yeah, they watch.
They watch.
Man,
they watch you toss off their kids. But some of the kids you said toss themselves off.
Right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Do the parents ever toss them off too? Well, everyone's
sometimes
there.
the parents get in the pool.
They get in the pool and catch and
if the
they're
kids,
there to see the toss off?
No,
that would
if
be,
the kids,
that'd be messy.
Sometimes when the kids are too afraid of the water, they'll start crying hysterically, and the parents will get in and try to calm them down with them.
They'll scream at them. Let him toss you off.
That's it.
Man.
Thank you, Robert.
I would never toss off a child.
No.
I might toss off myself. That's happened. Then I have to go to confession and say that I tossed off.
1-800-947-3979. Jane Bo joins us.
Hey.
Hi, Jane Bo. Your voice is. Your voice is.
Hi, Jane Bo.
Your voice is disguised. It makes you sound like the lead singer of Molly Hatchet.
Hey, flirt with disaster. I used to work for a company. I was the receptionist. When the mail would come in, I would steal all the mail to see if there were any gift cards in there. Right. And if there were, I would steal them.
You would steal the gift cards that came in at the place you worked?
Yeah, well, if Holy they cow. got something from another company or something as a promotion, hey, you did business with us, thanks. Here's a $50 gift card to Fridays. I'd take it and go to Fridays.
Holy cow.
Oh, my
gosh. That is unbelievable.
Thank you, Jane Bo.
I can't believe you stole.
That's very unfair for Jane Bo because she's trying to tell a story, which was a good story. She was thieving.
No.
But you guys didn't pay attention because the harmonizer made her voice sound funny.
No, I heard gift card Fridays or Applebee's or something. I don't know. There was some restaurant mentioned in there, but
she sounded like this. So, Hi. Hey, guys.
Hello.
She was a little British in Howard's
Hello.
impression there.
Hi.
She got a little British. 1-800-947-3979. Shay joins us in Nashville listening on The Buzz. Hi, Shay.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, not much. What did you do at work that we shouldn't know about?
A couple years ago, I was working for a framing contractor and worked for him for about 9 months. There were some discrepancies on the job. He's talking about laying me off for a week, called me back. I get back on the job. We're in a pretty good-sized country subdivision, and he come out whining and crying to me about other employees, and I was just fed up with it. So at the final straw, I was cleaning up around the house for the final cleanup, and I had bonfires set everywhere around the house. And I said, screw it, I'm leaving. So I filled all the bonfires, slap up, and I don't know if the house burnt down to this day yet or not.
Holy moly. You may have burned down
He cost me and my family about $2,000 over about 2 weeks. So yeah,
You should have just amped it up and thrown a burning stick right in the front door.
Yeah, but you might have just confessed to arson.
Well, I'm pretty sure I would have found out if it would have been on fire by now.
Yeah,
but,
well, then it's not such a big deal.
Well,
yeah, one can dream.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you, Shay.
Thanks for telling us about your hopeful, dirty trick.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. This is Ben, also in Nashville. Hi, Ben.
How's it going?
Good.
Not bad. What did you do at work that we shouldn't know about?
Years ago, right after high school, this guy that I worked in a maintenance mechanic shop. I was a mechanic, and there was the guy working the front desk that greets people as they come in. You know, hi, welcome. You know, what can we do for you? Whatever. That guy, he always kept about a half ounce of pot on him all the time. I knew him for a long time, had no clue. And when he told us about it, he said, man, about every 2 hours I'd smoke out, whether I needed it or not.
Mm-hmm.
God, how do you deal with people all day high? Well, he used to take me and a buddy of mine back in the old part of the shop we didn't use anymore and smoke us out 3 or 4 times a week. And I'd have to go back to work and try to work on cars high.
Oh, very successful, no doubt. I'm sure you did a great job.
I did pretty good at that job for a while, but there was a couple of 3 times I had to call in after lunch and come up with some random excuse why I couldn't come back to work because I was so high I was afraid to work on anybody's car. I was afraid I'd forget something and a car fall apart or whatever going down the road.
You were paranoid.
Yeah,
that's the way I was. That didn't help either.
Thank you, Ben.
The few times I ever did that's how I would always react, paranoid, and just laugh at everything.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. Jane Bo joins us. Hi, Jane Bo.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, your voice is disguised in the harmonizer as well.
You're good.
Okay. Well, I'm on and nobody's in the store and the phones aren't ringing, nothing's going on. I'd go in the back room and relieve myself.
Where?
I would masturbate in, like, the storage room.
Oh, okay. I thought you, like, had to go potty or something. Okay, so you would take care of business right there.
And then go make pizzas.
Did you wash your hands? Or were you?
I did wash
or was it
my
like
hands.
you were adding anchovies?
No, I did wash my hands. If I got bored, I just...
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Jane Bo.
Oh, God, no one knows what to say.
No.
Everyone's frightened.
No. I'll bet you that happens a lot.
Yeah, at work.
At jobs where people end up being alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're bored a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I wasn't able to keep up with the story. I thought she went to the... Was
the way she said it, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, when she said, I would go into the back and relieve myself, I mean, the
So
terminology
I'm not
relieve yourself normally would apply to going into the bathroom.
In a moment, why would a cop pull over an ambulance that is taking a patient to the hospital and then get in a fist fight with the EMT on the inside?
Right.
It's a good question. We'll get to that next. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, brought to you by Woodland Mall. Exceptional shopping. Showers early. Isolated thunderstorms later. 70 the high. It is 60 now, downtown GR. And Jim Schwartz, head coach of the Detroit Lions, says that he would like to move the team to a different location for their training camp. They used to have it at Saginaw Valley. They do it at Allen Park now and near Detroit. But he has his eye
I'm guessing.
on Allendale and Grand Valley State University.
That'd be nice.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
I got a lot of toe up in there.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Going back to what we've been doing in the previous segment, what do you do at work that we shouldn't know about? I can't believe how many emails we're getting from women who regularly have sex with work, with delivery drivers,
come on,
UPS people.
Are you serious?
The Brinks truck people, coworkers. We're in the wrong business.
Jeez, yeah, I guess.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. Don't forget, tomorrow, Dumber Than Zane Trivia, chance for you to win cash. Zane has boosted the pot up to $800 from our friends at Cat Footwear.
Is there video available of what we're about to talk about on the website?
There is. There are actually numerous videos, different perspectives, different news agencies and stuff, relating to what happens when a police officer decides to pick a fight with an ambulance driver, with an EMT. I don't want to call them ambulance drivers. I'll be picking a fight myself.
Yeah.
While they're taking someone to the hospital. Now, you may have heard about this story before, but it's received renewed attention because they just finally released the dash cam footage from the police officer's car.
All right, so here's how the AP covered this story.
An Oklahoma State trooper is under fire for pulling over an ambulance which was transporting a patient in order to give the driver a piece of his mind. New dashboard camera video released by authorities shows the police cruiser trying to pass the ambulance while responding to an emergency call. The ambulance swerves to the left to avoid a car on the shoulder, but then pulls off the road. The trooper claims the ambulance driver flipped him an obscene gesture as he passed. The trooper later caught up with the ambulance again, pulling it over to issue a ticket. Paramedic Maurice White was the first to confront Trooper Daniel Martin.
You better get back in that ambulance. I'm talking to the driver.
I'm in charge of this unit, sir.
Okay.
My name is Maurice White. I'm a critical care paramedic.
I'm going to give you a ticket for failure to yield. And when I go by you saying what's going on, you don't need to be giving me no hand gestures now. I ain't going to put up with that. You understand me?
And I won't put up with you talking to my driver like that.
I ain't listening to you, buddy. You get your back in that ambulance or I'll take you in. I'm talking to the driver.
When Martin tried to arrest White for obstruction, the pair got into a scuffle, which was caught on cell phone video. Martin has been placed on paid leave pending an investigation. His lawyer claims he didn't realize a patient was in the ambulance during the incident. The patient was eventually treated and released.
How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, how could you not realize that a patient was in the ambulance? You know, because the guy taking the cell phone video the whole time is going, my mom's in there, I got to get her to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you imagine if...
So the next of kin of the afflicted was like following the ambulance to the...
I think the son might have been in the ambulance with her, or he was following. But either way, he was on site. He was the one taking the cell phone video of all that.
It says at one point, the patient's family, who were following the ambulance, had gathered and began shooting video of the incident. As Hotwing said, I'm getting evidence, said one of the patient's relatives. At one point, the video shows the officer grabbing the paramedic's throat.
You better get back in that ambulance. I'm talking to the driver.
I was actually watching.
The patient's family watched what was happening and tried to get help. The patient can be heard screaming in the background during one part of the video, and the patient's sister jumped into the ambulance to calm her down. This is, I mean, how does this happen?
Yeah, I'm
how does the
watching
cop not put two and two together?
On the actual dash cam, it's fairly simple. Cop comes up on ambulance. Ambulance swerves to the left just at the key moment. Right as the cop got close to the ambulance, there was a vehicle that was disabled on the right. So it was very simple. Then the cop passes him, and all hell breaks loose after the fact when he catches up to him.
Yeah. Now, the ambulance did not have its lights on as it was driving, so it's not like it would have been – because if the lights were on, it would have been even more obvious to the police officer that there was a patient in there. But based on the responses that were going on once everyone got out of their vehicles, be it the ambulance or the police car, it should have been pretty obvious what was happening.
Here's some other audio. Try to keep up with it. It's a little bit noisy. It's from a cell phone.
This is the patient's family members had recorded this. Yeah.
Cop tries to arrest the EMT, and all hell breaks loose.
You are under arrest. I'll get in there. Start from which is a state law.
There's a woman screaming.
Hey! Mama!
Chaos. But at that point, amidst the chaos, surely the officer had to go, uh-oh, wait a minute. This is bad. There's clearly someone in here.
There is no place for a hothead cop.
Yeah, see, it's obvious that this is another one of those cases of hothead cop, you will respect my authority, and I don't care, even though I know I'm wrong now because somebody's in this ambulance, I'm going to see this thing through, and I am going to prove to you that I am in charge.
I don't think this cop wants any piece of this paramedic either. He stands eyeball to eyeball with these guys and is twice as big. I hope he kicks some cop ass.
The attorney for the police officer said that the officer was within his rights to pull over the ambulance because the lights were not flashing. But they said that and they also said the paramedic escalated the situation by challenging the trooper, which may well be true, but the paramedic, I think, was justified in getting out and saying, hey, what are you doing? I think that's a reasonable response. The reason the ambulance's sirens were not on was because the woman was suffering from chest pains, and they didn't feel it was necessary. They thought that that apparently it's a procedure that if there's someone suffering chest pains, you don't want to turn on the lights because it will increase the anxiety and make them more nervous and might further aggravate the situation.
Sounds like a good game of donkey basketball is in order to settle the score here. Paramedics versus cops.
Loser pays a civil lawsuit of giant proportions. Justin joins us. Hi, Justin.
that story that you're talking about, I just moved from there. I know that area very well, and I still get that hometown paper delivered to my house up here in Michigan. And I don't know if you covered it, but that trooper, he was en route to a call, and he had his emergency lights on, but not the sirens. So when he approached the ambulance,
The trooper did.
the trooper did have he had his lights on, but not the sirens.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So he's approaching at a high rate of speed behind this ambulance, and when he pulled up behind the ambulance, they didn't give the right-of-way, number one, because they didn't hear him. And then he had pulled up so close to the back of the ambulance that the driver couldn't see him in his rearview mirror.
Yeah, it was
Which I can believe. And when you watch the dash cam of the cop, he did approach really fast.
The problem is he gave the cop the finger. That's the only
No.
problem here.
That's not the paper I got. When the cop drove by the ambulance over the radio, he came on the radio, and I don't want to misquote him, but he said something over the radio to the EMT, and the EMT heard it. And as he drove by, the EMT put up both hands like the universal signal of, what are you talking about?
Yeah, kind of like, what's your deal?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That trooper had said something to him over the radio, and then that's what the gesture was. So the trooper mistook that for the finger. And then
Of course he did.
Then what escalated it, of course, he come back and pulled him over, and the paramedic in the back that was doing the work on the patient, that was the one that got out. And what made it worse was the officer tried to arrest him, but he was so big, he wouldn't let him.
Couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, he's sitting there, he's trying to put his hands around. One trooper's got his hands around this neck,
Around
and his
his
neck
throat,
is so damn big, his fingers don't even touch. It's not even close.
It's like a tree trunk.
And he's trying to choke out this EMT who's just looking like, whatever.
He's like, would you stop that, please?
Would you knock it off? You're starting to bug me.
Well, I like that the emergency was clearly so important that the trooper was on his way to, that he was able to just decide not to go anymore so that he could focus on pulling over the ambulance.
Well, that EMT told him, he said, look, if you will just let me get this patient to the hospital, I will turn myself in. And that's exactly what happened. Another trooper arrived on the scene and calmed the first trooper down and kind of talked some sense into him. So they delivered the patient to the hospital in Prague. And then that paramedic did exactly that. He said, now you can have me. So they put him in cuffs, and then the DA got the DA on the phone, and he said, you got to let him go.
Of course he did. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, people do things when that hot-headed moment, when they're angry and freaked out.
Well, let me tell you.
I think he was just embarrassed because he couldn't arrest him.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I'm sure that's true. Thank you, Justin.
All right, thanks.
I'm sure the further he got into it, the more he felt like he was losing and his pride was taking a beating.
So you're going to arrest me. For what?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what.
Yeah, what? Because I didn't see you.
I tell you, some bitch, what you did. You don't give me the middle finger.
And as an ambulance driver, I would think it would be pretty easy to not see somebody speeding up in your back, whether they have their lights on or not. Because as an ambulance driver, if you're rushing someone to the hospital,
EMT.
Yes, as an EMT, you should always use your rearview mirrors when you're driving, but you would be looking forward because you're trying to avoid traffic because you yourself are in a hurry.
Right.
And even driving a regular car, I've had times where a police officer's been on the way to something, and all of a sudden you look up and there's the bubble lights right in your rearview mirror, and you're like, oh my God, how long have they been there? And you quickly pull over and they scream by you.
Right. That's the thing. I mean, if that ambulance was going 50. It would appear that the cop was going about 80.
Yeah,
because he really did close in on him very fast. And like you said, even if you're driving a car with a regular back window in it, if you don't glance up at it for 5 seconds, that cop's already there because he was flying up this 2-lane. So
I love it when we do these bits because we oftentimes get calls and emails from cops who actually have some know-how, who respond with, I hate these stories because they always make us look bad. And I promise you we'll get that again.
Absolutely, because this guy is the exception to the rule. But, oh, man, pretty ridiculous. This is Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo. Hello.
Jimbo. Jimbo had a similar experience, he said. Bailed on that one. Coming up, an important story about beaver eating, what Hot Wings thinks about Sammy Sosa, and just after the top of the hour, the return of the intern view. We haven't had one of these in a long time. The intern view is where interns are helping out. We got a variety of interns that help out right now. There's Chewy, intern Pubeface, who hasn't had the hair on his face that represents that in a long time, but nonetheless, that's the name. And then Jackie Manvoice are our interns right now. And
JMV.
And Chewy was the one who drew the short straw yesterday. Chewy, also known as Marissa. And there hadn't been an intern view in a long time, and so when Joe walked in with headphones and said, "Hey, come with me, I need you to do something," she knew exactly what was going on. And Joe, would you describe it as incredibly awkward or even worse than that?
Incredibly awkward, and even worse than that.
Okay.
That's coming up at the top of the hour.
I don't even know who it is. I have no idea. Do you know who the person is?
I do.
Okay. Howings, you don't know who the intern view is with, do you?
No, I do.
You do know? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not aware. This will be new to me.
It's very special.
Excellent.
It is. Yeah, I did.
That's on the way. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
At WGRD.com.
97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show, brought to you by Firekeepers Casino, Battle Creek's newest hotspot. You, too, can join the Red Hot Rewards Club. You just go to firekeeperscasino.com. Some showers early today. Most of those are gone, though it's still pretty wet outside. Chance of some isolated thunderstorms later on today. High of 70. It is 60 now. Downtown GR.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Okay, so you really do a good job at tossing off those kids.
Hey, I get some pretty good distance.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
I called earlier. He teaches a swim class. Was suggested that we have a high dive contest on the show.
Oh, no.
Not long after that. Not happening?
That seems like a bad idea.
Well, it does. I agree. I don't want any. I can't swim.
Yeah, that would be really bad for you because you can't high dive into the shallow end.
Right. I
No good.
don't think high diving with a life vest and floaties and
that's how we should do it.
Some sort of clothespin on my nose and
actually rips your arms off.
Seems like a great time.
Hitting the water sucks, man.
Yeah, it's not that fun.
It seems like it should be fun as someone who's never done it. But you have to hit at the right angle, otherwise.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, you can do some actual damage if you do it wrong.
Yeah, I don't like damage.
No.
Not my favorite.
Damage isn't fun.
Earlier today, Hot Wings and Zane for the first time got to see a video, and a lot of listeners got to hear a video, the audio from it, about Andrew Zimmern, who is a guy on cable television who goes around trying all sorts of different things from all around the world. And this is how that sounded. Check out the website, freebeerandhotwings.com. You can see a link to the video that we are about to play for you of a guy named Andrew Zimmerman, who does go around the world eating a variety of things. He's the guy that tastes the special recipes and stuff from around the world. In this case, I don't think it's so much from around the world. It's just not something that's commonly consumed by a lot of people. I bet you there are people listening who have eaten this. Probably some. There might be somebody listening who's eating it right now.
Well, yeah, maybe.
All right.
Very plausible.
It starts out, looks like he's cooking on a skillet by a campfire.
Yep.
This guy.
Kate has created a lot of wild game recipes, and beaver chili is one of her favorites.
Yeah.
This is fabulous.
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
This is my first beaver. Yeah. This is a very big moment.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no. Oh, it's terrible.
Laughing it up.
Oh, he is so going to town.
First of all, the chili flavors themselves, the spice mixture, out of sight.
Oh, thank you.
Oh. But now I understand it's very, very mild. It is really, really good.
Thank you. I love
I'm surprised more people aren't eating beaver. It's very, very lean. It's not irony or minerally tasting at all like some game is. It's very clean tasting. You know, a lot of the waterborne animals in the rodent family kind of taste like what they eat, and they taste of the water they come from, and it's almost like the flesh is muddy.
Oh.
This is not muddy at all.
And they're pretty...
Nice beaver.
Tastes like, said a lot of time, it tastes like what it eats. Very sausagey.
Jeez.
Yeah, must be.
Just like you fling balls at a giant beaver. That's how you kill the beaver, to eat it.
Man.
Andrew Zimmern, by the way, not Zimmerman.
Okay.
Just FYI. He likes that beaver.
Oh, that was something.
He's shocked at how much he likes eating beaver.
Well, at the beginning, you just hear him start to devour it.
He just created a lot of wild game recipes.
He's really munching.
I was only listening to the audio. I wasn't actually watching what was going on.
And beaver chili is one of her favorites.
This is fabulous.
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
This is my first beaver. Yeah. This is a very big moment. This
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my God.
First of all, the chili flavors themselves, the spice mixture, out of sight.
Oh, thank you.
But now I understand it's very, very mild. It is really, really good.
Thank you. I love it.
I'm surprised more people aren't eating beaver. It's very, very lean. It's not irony or minerally tasting at all like some game is.
Beavers are hard
It's
to
very
get, though.
clean tasting. You know, a lot of the waterborne animals in the rodent family kind of taste like what they eat. And they taste of the water they come from, and it's almost like the flesh is muddy. This is not muddy at all.
And they're pretty.
You don't want. You do not want to eat muddy beaver.
No, you want good, clean beaver. You're going to be eating beaver.
You don't want to eat fat beaver, just lean beaver.
No, yeah, definitely lean, clean beaver. I mean, some people might enjoy fattier beaver. Now, me personally, I mean, I would much rather have lean beaver, but some people are really into chunky beaver.
People have different tastes.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Well,
It's
I got to
true,
admit,
you know.
guys, he may have shown his first experience, but I've been eating beaver for years. Oh, yeah. I get it all over my face.
You do?
I dive right in every time. And there's nothing better than coming home and seeing my wife eating some, because that shows me she appreciates it. I came home from work the other day, and she was face first in beaver. I said, save some for me.
Were there any condiments used?
No.
Just plain old dry beaver?
Yeah. And it's got to be wet. I mean, like
So
you turn the faucet
like
on.
A little sauteed type.
You wouldn't want it.
Yeah, the thing, I mean, I like, I love beaver too.
Yeah.
And now it's not so tough, but I know like through certain parts in college, it was much harder to get beaver than I would have thought.
It wasn't as available then.
Not as much as, you would think it would, like beaver would have been everywhere, but I mean, maybe it was just me. I probably wasn't looking in the right place. Or,
Is this the first time you've eaten beaver?
Or maybe I was aspiring for too fancy of beaver.
This is my first beaver.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to lower your standards and just eat any good beaver you see. It doesn't matter.
I found in college that I didn't eat a lot of beaver because I was unwilling to commit to eating it.
Do you guys, do you skin the beaver or do you just eat hairy beaver?
You can.
No,
you have to.
I prefer. Yeah, I prefer my beaver to be hairless.
Yeah,
I do too. I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, I don't. Some people leave the hair on.
Shaved beaver is excellent.
Yeah. That seems weird. You wouldn't do that with anything else.
No, that's
eat
the
a
thing.
hairy-
Yeah, exactly.
I know, but beaver is spectacular.
Well, fur burgers.
Right.
I've
I mean, some people like that.
There you go. We learn things every day. That's what happens.
Yeah, we really do.
Don't forget Dumber Than Sane Trivia comes up tomorrow. Chance for you to win $800 from our friends at Cat Footwear. 1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Here's what Hot Wings thinks. Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thinks.
Free Beer Zane listeners, it's official. Sammy Sosa tested positive for steroids in 2003.
Can't believe it.
I don't think I have been less surprised by something since the last time I failed at dunking a basketball. To be honest with you, I didn't know this wasn't already common knowledge. I honestly thought this was already out in the open, but apparently there had never been any actual hard evidence presented or released to the public. As if we needed it. Look at him. Look at his numbers. 6 straight seasons of more than 40 home runs. Yeah, everybody's doing that. Anyway, someone from the New York Times wrote that he was, in fact, among the 104 players who tested positive during baseball's anonymous testing in 2003. It was supposed to remain anonymous, but as with all secrets, it was only a matter of time before someone leaked it. They didn't really need to, though. Look at them. Look at all of them. Their heads are always too big or too small. Never the right size. and their chests are about 58 inches around. It's all crazy looking. I think instead of banning roids, though, they should just implement a weight limit based on size. Like if you're 6 feet tall, you have to weigh less than 180 pounds. Then raise it or lower it based on height. This would be good for some of those chunky dudes, too. I'm not saying it would stop steroid use, but at least it would make them focus on having moderately normal-looking bodies. They still might have skulls that are 3 feet around, but at least they'll be able to shop at Kohl's for regular pants. Overall, this news doesn't matter. I just assume everyone was doing steroids between 1995 and 2005, except the team I like, the Tigers, who lost every game during that period. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. More of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show is next.
97.9 GRD Road Rage Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. North side, eastbound 96 at Alpine. Crash, tanker truck on the right shoulder. Look out for that. East side, eastbound Ford. Stop and go from the Plymouth Avenue overpass at 96 for a wreck. Comstock Park, West River Drive and School Street between 131 and 4 Mile. A crash as a minivan has rolled over. That's traffic.
Good morning, 9:07. Time for your Free Beer and Hot Wings news update. Rain tapering off this morning. A slight chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon. A high of 69. It's about 61 now. I'm Hot Wings. And some good news on the job front. A lot of jobs on the way to West Michigan thanks to some tax breaks from the Michigan Economic Growth Authority. The state announced yesterday that about 4,500 jobs will be created by 5 companies in Caledonia Township, Kentwood, Holland, and Muskegon. The biggest number of jobs will be at Farmers Insurance in Caledonia, which plans to add about 1,600 positions over the next 5 years.
That is welcome news.
That is good news. Meanwhile, in an effort to help keep tuition costs down while still maintaining a quality education, GRCC President Stephen Ender is giving back 2% of his salary. Vice presidents and college deans are also giving 2% back to give back programs that will help support the College Emergency Fund and the GRCC Foundation Scholarship Fund. Now, I don't know how much good that will do, but I guess it's a nice gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Defending NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion Johnny Benson, released from a Grand Rapids hospital now. He was, of course, involved in a massive crash Saturday night at Berlin. A lot of fire involved, but he is otherwise mostly okay. Caught inside his car when it caught fire. He hit it at about 100 miles an hour, but he said that he should be back up and racing on the regular circuit in no time. So,
man.
Tigers beat by the Cardinals yesterday, 11-2. In their first appearance at Busch Stadium since the 06 World Series. Tigers starter Justin Verlander, who had been awesome going into this game, was not awesome in this game. 4 innings, giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the first alone. Verlander was tagged with his first loss in the last 9 starts. Brandon Inge and Miguel Cabrera, the lone bright spots for the team, each hitting solo home runs. Detroit will try to even the series tonight as Edwin Jackson gets the nod for the Tigers. Meanwhile, Dontrell Willis will not be on the mound for his scheduled start that was supposed to be this weekend. Before yesterday's game against the Cardinals, manager Jim Leyland said the lefty would not pitch on Saturday against the Brewers. Leyland did not say who would get the start or when Willis would return to the rotation, but it's not a surprise as he has been miserable, 1-4 on the year with a 7.49 ERA in the 7 games he's appeared in since he was activated.
That one win, he was great.
Yeah.
He was really, really good, and he looked like he had his problems beat. He had pitched well to get back, and then right off the deep end again for Dontrell.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
Oh, I think we've got a broken leg there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a horrible injury. That is not something you want to see on the field of play.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
This part of the show brought to you by Spam. Turn the ho-hum into oh-yum. Break the monotony at spam.com. Later this hour, got some audio of the people that were so upset at David Letterman and his joke about Sarah Palin's daughters, which he himself acknowledged was inappropriate. I think we would all agree it probably was. Probably went over a line, especially for his show. But they were so upset even after he apologized twice And Governor Palin accepted it. They still gathered in front of the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City to protest against Letterman and demand his firing. And we have some audio and a video that you can see of that at freebeerandhotwings.com. We'll have some audio for you later this hour. And a reason to revisit Alec Baldwin and his famous screaming voicemail at that rude little pig he has of a daughter.
Okay.
We'll have that coming up for you a little bit later on this hour.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, some of those
Pretty zany sound.
It is.
Yeah, pretty good.
hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Well, there's a reason this song plays, not only because it's awesome and everyone's probably rocking out to it.
This is an earworm. I can promise you this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, earworm now.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for?
Everyone's bebopping.
Get up, stretch out, some of those floors. Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
They should have replaced the Abraham Lincoln song from earlier.
What will?
Hot dog, hot diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, some of those floors. Hot dog, diggity dog.
Well, that song marks the return to the intern view. Intern views were something that happened very often.
Hot dog, diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, some of those floors.
Some jerk had to write that.
Right what?
And perform it.
Right what?
Hot dog, diggity dog.
We will not play that any more times.
Hot dog, diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for?
Okay, seriously. We'll move on now.
Once I say the phone number again, we'll move on. That's a transitionary note. 1-800-947-3970.
Hot dog, diggity dog. It's a brand new day. What you waiting for? Get up, stretch out, some of those floors. And the Mickey Mouse Club.
See you real soon.
Okay, so the return of the intern view. The intern view is designed for the interns to have a chance to shine in the spotlight. We've had some classics. Former intern Kurt Busch with his legendary first intern view. Maybe it's the gold standard by which all other intern views are measured, with voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide and voice of NASCAR and the Nashville Predators, Eli Gold.
Oh, yeah, sounds real funny.
Who was fussy and not interested in being interviewed inappropriately.
I like drinking. Oh, yeah, sounds real funny.
Kurt Busch insulted him inadvertently about 50,000 times in that intern view.
Mm-hmm.
The interns are set up to fail on this. For example, with Eli Gold, Eli, first thing he said was, "You called my cell phone. Call me on my home phone." And so Kurt Busch awkwardly said he'd hang up, and then he asked Joe to redial for him and call the other phone number. At which point Joe promptly dialed the same phone number, which only infuriated Eli Gold
so
even more.
bad. By the way, he seemed very self-important.
Yeah, he did. He did. He would have been mad if it had gone perfectly. So there's been a lot of them over time. Some with completely unknown people. Some with borderline stars or people that would be on the B list. Maury Povich, quite famously. I don't remember who interviewed him.
Milton.
Intern Milton. And Maury Povich said, "So how many hours a week is this? How many hours is this show on?" And Milton said, 5. And he goes, 5? 5. How often?
Hours?
Once a week? And he goes, no, every day. He goes, 5 hours a day?
You do 25 hours of programming?
Maury couldn't believe it.
Hey, boy, every day.
Well, this time they had been gone for a while, just by coincidence. And so there's a current grouping of interns that had not been part of this. They hadn't had to do it.
Hadn't been initiated.
And so yesterday, intern formerly known as Marissa, now known as Chewy, was sitting there minding her own business. And Chewy she's a biology graduate. She has no interest in being in radio. So it's one thing for the people that actually want to be in radio. It's another thing for the ones that are just here because they kind of wanted to do something fun.
She just likes hanging out with stinky boys is what I think.
I think that's what it is.
I think she's got a thing for 5 dudes.
I think she's a little filthy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just the beginning of the slander for her because she was called off. It always goes like this. They have no warning and no chance to prepare.
Okay.
And Joe walked in yesterday and you said, "Hey, Chewy, can you come with me? I need you to do something." And she immediately knew what was going on.
She saw that I had headphones in my hand and it was just so obvious to
Yeah.
her because she's listened to the show or been here for a while.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't know it. Joe, you gave her only the basic information. I think you, in fact, gave her the wrong information.
It started off like this. One, I purposefully waited 20 minutes after we were supposed to call the guy.
So that he'd be annoyed.
Yeah. 20 minutes goes by, and then I go grab her because I had his phone number. We were calling him.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot his name. I forgot who it was.
On purpose or by accident?
By accident. I mean, I really legitimately forgot it. So when we went in there, she goes, "Who is it?" And I go, "I don't know. I really don't remember. So you're going to have to find that out." But I was looking at the number, and I, of course, wrote his name right above it in my planner. So I go, "Okay, this is him. He's with this.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck."
His name. This is a big interview. You'll be stunned that we decided to hand this off to an intern because this is the kind of person that would normally be A-listed right to the top.
Mm-hmm.
This is the intern view with intern Chewy talking to Tom Super with the Hot Dog Council.
Tom Super.
Okay. Tom Super with the Hot Dog Council.
Okay. All right. Intern Chewy.
Hey, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Marissa with Free Beer and Hot Wings.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey, guys. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, what are you up to?
Nothing. Sitting at my desk.
So what's the Hot Dog Council of America been up to?
Well, we're actually getting ready for a National Hot Dog Month in July.
That's exciting.
We're running a contest, video contest right now to have Take Me Out to the Ball Game updated to include hot dogs with peanuts and Cracker Jack.
Peanuts and cracker. Okay.
No, there's no hot dog mentioned in the song.
Which is horrible.
Agreed.
Everyone loves chewing on hot dogs.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Nice and chewy.
She's working herself.
Sorry, that's my nickname.
Yeah.
So hot dogs. They're exciting.
Sure.
Hold on,
absolutely.
time out. All right,
actually-
there's a lot working here.
She tries to tell her own joke about herself, and
There
of
was a
course
good-
he doesn't get it.
A
and
good
it's
pause
very
there.
awkward.
Yeah, Marissa, throughout this interview, tries to be funny, which is awesome. And these are the best pauses and the most retarded conversation that we've ever had. This is not the biggest guest, but this is by far the most retarded conversation and the longest pauses.
Yeah.
All right.
And because there's nothing to talk about with Tom Super Hot Dog Guy anyway.
By the way, and it needs to be pointed out, I do give her credit for finding out who she's talking about. Because she didn't know. But there are radio shows that interviewed this guy legitimately.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Absolutely
Couldn't
right.
wait to talk to him
They
about the
couldn't
upcoming great picnic seasons.
Unbelievable.
Loves chewing on hot dogs.
That's right.
Uh-huh. Nice and chewy.
Did you hear her laugh? She laughed at her own joke.
Sorry, that's my nickname. So, hot dogs. They're exciting.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually ate a hot dog this weekend.
Good for you. So did I.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about,
Right, you did.
the myths and the legends around what goes into a hot dog, how they're made.
Two-fisted.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting.
Did you catch what the guest did right there?
What is that?
Tom Super tried to help because it was clear to him that she did not know what to ask him about, and so he tried to. He winds up and throws the lifeline into the ocean. Well, we could talk about this and this and this, and then she took a giant dump on it with, "Ooh, that sounds super interesting."
Okay, good.
Good for her.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about, the myths and the legends around what goes into a hot dog, how they're made.
Yeah, that sounds super interesting. Let's do that.
Sounds good.
I had an all beef this weekend. That was delicious.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. She's killing me. She's funny. I don't know if it's on purpose, but damn. Killing me.
Looks like Chuck's gonna put the hot dog in the bun.
I've got the prescription for you. Another hot beef injection.
That sounds super interesting. Let's do that.
Sounds good.
Pause.
I had an all beef this weekend. That was delicious.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Uh-huh.
Was it a Hebrew National?
I have no idea. It was off a grill.
Okay.
No, it was Catholic.
Black guy.
There aren't many black Jews.
never going to get through this.
This is how these go.
It's impossible. How long is the actual? How much audio do we actually have?
No, that's. It wasn't Hebrew national, Somali national. That's what I prefer.
We've made it 30 seconds.
I can't believe this.
Hot dog.
There you go.
Ketchup.
No ketchup. There's your problem.
Really?
Yeah, only no ketchup on your hot dog. I assume you're over the age of 18.
I am.
Okay, well
21.
you gotta stop with that. Mustard's okay. Ketchup is for kids.
I did actually eat mustard for like the first time in 3 years yesterday.
Okay.
So maybe I can try it on a hot dog.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to expand my eating. Be a grown up, maybe.
Good.
Yeah. So what are you doing today?
Want to come over?
Want to feed me a hot dog?
I'll eat your hot dog. Hi, guys.
Are you Hebrew?
Hopefully talking to the Free Beer and Hot Wings show.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
We do this stuff all the time.
Uh-huh.
No, you don't.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. How many people have you talked to today?
Nobody today yet.
Good. So
Yeah.
I didn't like ruin your schedule by being so late.
No, that's okay.
Okay, good. I'd hate to do that.
No, that's fine.
I feel horrible. So, what are you doing today?
Oh, no.
My God.
Working.
Working?
He's
Yeah.
getting annoyed now.
Talking to me.
This is like a
Talking to you,
bad
yeah.
first
So
date.
much fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're putting together some Father's Day grilling recipes.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them out.
Yeah, because there's so many different recipes for hot dog.
Right.
Throw it on fire, cook it, eat it.
I've always wondered if there was another way I could prepare a hot dog to make it something special and different.
Oh. Jake just pointed out something interesting, and he's right. She sounds just like Meg from Family Guy.
Oh,
She does.
Maybe we can get some comparison on
Boy.
it at some point.
Exciting.
Yep, getting that out.
So I should cook a hot dog for my dad on Father's Day?
Well, actually, we did a poll, and 42% of people said steak was the number one the number one meal to serve
Damn
for
it.
Dad.
Oh.
I didn't know that at all, so you know more than me. Which I guess is good since you work for them. Right? Yeah.
I would hope so.
Good that you know a lot about sausage.
Yeah.
By the way,
She's actually funny, though.
she is funny.
Yeah.
Tom Super is an idiot because he's there to promote hot dogs, and he goes, well, actually, steak is much more important to fathers than hot dogs.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, you want to eat steak with your dad.
So what happens here?
That's the end of the first segment, and then in between this time and the next segment, I'd say 12 minutes went by.
Oh my gosh, of that?
Of that, but not even as interesting as that.
Oh
Really?
My gosh.
It was awful. Somehow she kept him on the line for that amount of time.
Okay.
And so I just cut that out and went straight to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and something significant happens here, or?
It's the end of the interview. It's more funny, awkward.
Okay.
And if you're just tuning in, this is an intern view with intern Chewy interviewing Tom Super with the Hot Dog Council, for which she had no time to prepare. And even if she had had a month, it was still going to be boring because it was with Tom Super from the Hot Dog Council.
What they're talking about here is they talked about where she went to school and what she went to school for and what she's doing now.
All right. That's crazy how they got to that point.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. But I work at the zoo, too. That's exciting.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, that's kind of sciencey.
Yeah, that's kind of sciencey.
Right, that's okay. Makes up for it.
Zoology.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I work in a booth. I let people into the zoo, so that's fun.
What? This guy's supposed to be talking about hot dogs. She's talking about her summer job.
Talking about paid admission to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
We sell hot dogs there. Tie that back in.
Now she's bringing it back.
Oh, yeah, she's bringing it around full circle.
Of course, yeah. Hot dogs are big at the zoo.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
They're big everywhere. I was, nope, I'm not going to tell that story.
What? What the?
Yeah, so that's obviously about all I have.
Okay. So what is your job there? Are you the fluffer?
Yes. I don't know what a fluffer is.
What the hell?
Good.
It goes good.
Should I be offended?
No, not at all.
Oh, my God. I can't believe he asked her that.
Then yes.
What a creep.
Yes, I am. Should I have not just said yes to that?
No, it's the person in charge of getting the next guest ready for the next scene.
Oh, okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Man,
Okay.
this guy, I knew he was an
This
idiot.
sounds sexual.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe
Was
he did
it?
that.
It was.
No more than foot-long hot dogs.
Right.
Oh.
What kind of a creep is this guy?
Me, not you.
Leave her
Was
alone.
Not at all.
It's okay. We're just on the radio. So
Oh, God. Now I feel gross.
not too big of a deal. But I think that's all I have. So thanks for talking to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow. Oh, man.
Hot dog, hot dog, hot
God. I hate Tom Super now.
That was such an awkward conversation.
Yeah, I don't like that he did that to her. I mean, she's silly, and the whole thing was dopey, but he got weird. I mean,
Yeah,
he can't do that.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that sort of we can screw with our family kind of thing, but you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the stuff we said was probably just as bad or worse, but we know her, and he's a jerk.
Right.
Yeah. Like, we can make references to her doing multiple dudes, which she does in real life, but he doesn't know her.
How would he know that?
Yeah. He's just being a creep. We're just stating fact.
What gives him the right to assume? Like we know.
Yeah.
I missed intern views. I love that awkward.
Oh, was that? I think that was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that was
a
very
good one.
palpable.
Intern pube face. Have you ever done an intern view?
I believe I've done 2.
You have?
What have you done?
They were downers.
Because
Wasn't they
pube
good?
face, you try to take it all. You try to be all cool.
Yeah, he didn't care.
What
were
What?
they?
Pube face doesn't get nervous the same way.
Do you remember who it was? Who your intern views were?
It was the guy that did the Moose Huntin' Mama's song.
Oh, yeah, he got pissed.
Oh,
That
yeah.
jerk.
All right.
Yeah. Well, maybe another day for you.
Yeah.
I think the next up on the hit list though has to be Jackie Man voice, Joe.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
yeah.
man,
No,
for
I-
sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
1-800-947-3979. We will take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Showers this morning mostly have moved out of the listening area. Thunderstorms are possible throughout the day, isolated. 70 the high. It's about 64 downtown GR. I mentioned that the Jim Schwartz from the Detroit Lions said that the head coach, he said that he would be interested in exploring moving the Lions training camp to Grand Valley.
Yeah.
And officials from Grand Valley State University said that they hadn't spoken with anyone yet about that, and it hasn't been any official inquiries or anything like that. But the idea that they have the wonderful practice facility, they have the great outdoor facility. Obviously, there's plenty of places for the players to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they like the idea that it's close to the lakeshore because then the players could go get some rest and relaxation at the same time.
Yeah.
Said it's a possibility. I don't know about this year, but maybe years down the road, when the Lions are good someday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
That's pretty pathetic, good old David Letterman.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, talking about David Letterman's jokes about her daughter, and A-Rod was pretty much a statutory rape joke that was in his top 10. We'll get to more on that in a moment. But in the last segment, we played an intern view with intern Chewy, or Marissa, interviewing Tom Super from the Hot Dog Council. And at the end, Tom got weird, and we got a number of emails expressing that. So this one says, does Tom sell hot dogs from the back of an old van? Because he asked Marissa if she was a fluffer and then got all kind of quiet when she asked what that was.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't know. That's great.
Maybe she does. She actually strikes me as the type who would know and then put him on the spot.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think she knows what that is.
This person suggests we call back the guy and actually do an interview with him and keep it cool and act like we're really interested in hot dogs and then put him on the spot about asking her about the fluffer thing. See if he starts to stammer.
Oh.
Hey,
yeah,
Tom,
play him the audio.
it's Tom Super from the Hot Dog Council. Hey, Tom, do you think this was appropriate? Oh, that would be awkward.
Oh, it would, but then we'd have to talk to him.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it off the air and see how it goes. 1-800-947-3979. We mentioned the thing with David Letterman. He made the crack about Sarah Palin and her daughters when they were in New York, and he had made the crack in during his top 10 list about 10 things that happened while the Palins were in New York, and said that her daughter was impregnated by Alex Rodriguez at a Yankees game. happens that she was at that game with her 14-year-old daughter, not the 18-year-old daughter, and she took some offense to that. I frankly don't blame her.
If I was a parent, I would definitely be offended by that.
Mm-hmm. Now, we talked yesterday or the day before that she probably could have, and Hot Wings, your commentary was about this, she could have saved a lot of mileage by saying, you know what, if you want to target me, that's one thing, but targeting my daughters is out of line, and she kind of hem-hawed around it, got all folksy, as she was prone to do.
Yeah, she sounded stupid.
But still,
as usual, because she is.
She had probably, of the right and wrong, she was certainly more right than David Letterman was, and he eventually apologized. And Sarah Palin accepted that apology. Thus, we're all moving on, except for, 200 people or 100 people or however many gathered outside the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City to form the Fire David Letterman rally.
Yeah.
And somebody went out on the street and got a bunch of audio from the group. A videographer by the name of Jonah Green went out and talked to them and put together this compilation of man-on-the-street interviews with people who want David Letterman fired.
Fire Day! Fire Day! Fire Day!
Everyone in the country is very, very frustrated and upset that he was allowed to make a rape joke about a little girl, 14 years old, sitting on the sidelines watching, of all things, an American basketball game.
No,
He made
you got
It was
that
baseball, stupid.
It was baseball. You look like a man, and not everyone is offended.
No.
You stupid, boyish-looking monster.
Most people don't care.
And I know that the reference ended up being inadvertently, I believe that's probably true. If what he joked about was real, it would be statutory rape. But to say that he made a rape joke makes it seem like he said, oh, a hilarious thing happened at the Yankees game last night. Alex Rodriguez raped one of the Palin daughters. Do you know what I mean? It's semantics.
Yeah.
But it certainly is much more fiery the way she said it, not to mention she got nearly everything else wrong along the way.
Right.
A-Rod a pervert too by saying that he knocked up a 14-year-old girl. Oh, I thought she was 18.
He's too old to be on that damn show anyway. He's not even funny. He's a jerk.
I think
you're ugly.
You're too old to not know how to dress. You stupid idiot.
The two of your responses reminded me of Ron Burgundy when he got you're ugly. You bing bong boom.
He made Alex A-Rod a pervert too by
That's
saying
the type of the guy who would pronounce the word sar.
that he knocked up a 14-year-old girl. Oh, I thought she was 18.
He's too old to be on that damn show anyway. He's not even funny. He's a jerk.
I think he stinks. I'm a Jay Leno fan.
Well, I like Jay Leno. Leno is a class act. I've watched him off and on.
He's not on anymore.
He made the same joke. Let's reference that.
Yeah, Jay Leno.
The same.
It did not get the same press, but Jay Leno
in the past
made this joke during the election last year. Quote, Governor Palin announced over the weekend that her 17-year-old unmarried daughter is 5 months pregnant. And you thought John Edwards was in trouble before. Now he's really done it. Thus the implication that John Edwards had sex with Sarah Palin's 17-year-old daughter.
Right. Well, I like Jay Leno. Leno is a class act. I've watched him off and on through the years.
At least Jay Leno had interesting people. This schmuck has nobody. You know what schmuck means in Jewish?
How do you feel about Jay Leno? I only watch Fox News Channel.
They were fascists. They were communists. They were totalitarian.
Okay, now there's actually warring factions apparently in this video. These people, what a waste of time to get all worked up over this.
And there's a lot of people out there.
There's a ton of people.
Shall we talk about his son? I believe his son was born out of wedlock. I believe there's a term for that. Is someone making jokes about his child? Especially, when he had a daughter out of wedlock himself.
How dare he? When he has a bastard son and a slut for a wife.
Wake up! Socialism is evil! Socialism is evil.
Where were you guys?
You think you're so smart. You think you know so much.
Oh, that's...
Wake up!
Close the borders. Close everything down for 20 years. Clean your house, and you'll see how this economy will come back.
Now they're really
now what
falling
are you
apart.
on?
The lady that Hot Wings referred to as ugly, by the way, looks like she's straight from the set of an old Navy commercial where she would be sitting next to a dog with oversized glasses talking about cotton fleece.
Yeah, she is
but,
a trollish lady.
Now she's concerned. Earlier, she asked if we knew what schmuck meant in Jewish, which I don't think is how you would normally term that.
Yeah, I don't think you would.
And now she's concerned with closing the borders and letting the country straighten out its economy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he clearly hates everyone.
Yeah, not sure how that relates to Dave and a poorly told joke, but okay.
This other fat-headed idiot is holding a sign that says CBS fired Imus, now fire Letterman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ask CBS how that worked out.
Yeah, they paid him $20 million to go away, and then another company hired him and put him on right back in all the same spots.
Oh, my God, this is incredible. This is you could do like a term paper on the behavior of these people when they get in this group based on this story.
Children say from David Letterman's mouth, he will rape them with his mouth. He is a child abuser. He is a verbal pedophile.
What?
Wake up. Go home and take care of your kids.
God, does she look like a man?
Oh, what a horrible, ugly, disgusting human being that person is. My God.
It's great.
It was nice when she returned all those toys to the kids of Whoville, though.
I was thinking a very similar thing.
Man,
very Grinchish, except for the complexion.
Yeah.
How can you have a simultaneous over and underbite?
I don't know,
That's
but
crazy.
She has it.
Steve?
The best part about that woman who's screaming right at the end is if you look in the background of the video, there's two guys that are acting like they're making out right behind her.
Oh, really?
I didn't notice.
Back that up. Check that out.
So right behind her. Okay.
All right.
Children say from David Letterman's mouth, he will rape them with his mouth. He is a child abuser. He is a verbal pedophile. Wake up. Go home and take care of your kids. They could be next.
So are. Whoa.
What a mess, man.
My gosh.
What a mess.
I hate those mindless drones who follow some bandwagon cause that they don't even know what the hell they're talking about.
I like how they said Letterman had no room to speak because he has a bastard son or a daughter born out of wedlock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one woman had, every time they went to her, she had her facts wrong because he does have a son. He doesn't have a daughter and everything. And the thing is, on his own show, he's referred to his kid as a bastard before.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're really sticking it to him, making it sting.
I wish this would happen to us.
Well,
I
maybe.
like this type of exposure. This is great for him.
The ratings for his show since this has all happened they've gone up.
Oh, big time! This is terrific.
I was reading an article about that this morning. That the numbers for and some people are saying, well, it's because Conan replaced Jay. I don't know, man.
Okay, I wish that in every town that we were in, or every town that we go to visit, there's some crazy protest. Even if you don't mean it, even if it's just for fun, have a protest on our behalf, would you? Well, we'll go out for drinks after, seriously. And then, as long as the TV's there, get about 10, 20 of you with signs.
Say crazy things.
Just
like
lose your mind.
That
Make
Joe
it
is a
up.
mouth rapist.
Yep, make it up. It doesn't matter. And then, like 2 weeks out, start sending your own press releases to the various TV outlets, and hopefully they'll come. And then you can protest us. We have no idea what you'd be protesting about. And then we'll give you all T-shirts and hang out after.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
We'll be friends.
It'll be good. Up next, Alec Baldwin is back in the news talking about his famous tirade against his, quote, rude little pig of a daughter.
I can relate to this now. I can now relate to this now that my kids have cell phones.
Really?
Yeah, because he was upset that she wouldn't pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
But a lot came out.
Yeah.
But my son of a gun, Jim, when I call you, pick up the phone or call me right back when you see that because I know you're looking at it because you're texting away.
Mm-hmm.
But, Dad, the battery died. Well, give me the phone. Charge. Put it on the charger. When you come home, put it on the charger. That way you'll have a battery.
That's what I do.
Give me the phone. If that happens again, I'm going to give you 3 chances. If it happens 3 times, I don't know why I gave him the 3 chances, man. I should have said next time it's mine.
Yeah.
Sure enough, this week, I called with Jim. What happened last week? I was trying to get a hold of you. Yeah, I was at hockey. Yeah, I know, Jim. Or this is the night before. Yeah, well, why did it go right to voicemail? Well, was it off? Because if it is, you're in trouble. The battery died. I want the phone. You said 3 chances.
So he's got 2 left.
He's got 2 left. But I even threatened him with striking the 2. I said, okay, forget it. The next time, it's mine.
You get 3 regular chances or 1 super chance. And you've used your super chance.
And
One super chance equals 3 regular chances.
No more phone, and I'm going to text all your friends that you're gay.
Oh, Jesus.
You ought to go home today and disable his charger just to prove him point.
Dear friends, I'm gay. Can you imagine?
Text message from his phone. That's the thing. That's your punishment. Now I'm not going to take your phone away, son. I'm going to send pictures of you in the shower to everyone by text message. So be careful. A charged phone is a ready phone. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
.com.
97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Going to be showers early, isolated thunderstorms later. 70 the high. It's about 65 now. Downtown GR. Congratulations again to Jennifer Van Streen. She and her husband won GRD's $10,000 diamond hunt. That's with DeVries Jewelry. Wendy's helped us out. Also, Flanagan's hosted the after party. All good times this past weekend.
And now back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
You are a rude, thoughtless little pig.
Online at freebeerandhotwings.com.
Snippet of the one and only Alec Baldwin, star of 30 Rock, one of the great guest hosts of Saturday Night Live. It was, at one point, one of the biggest movie stars in the world. I mean, he was one of those leading men actors that when he was in a movie, in theory, it would sell the movie himself.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. Now he's become a character actor. He was great in the movie Departed.
Yeah.
But mostly, obviously very successful on the TV show 30 Rock.
God, his brothers are slobs on that show.
On I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Such slobs.
They're fairly pathetic.
Yeah. It's awful.
They really are.
How about the most? I saw an episode the other night it was on, and what's the former supermodel's name? Janice Dickinson?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's talking about how she can't go to the bathroom, about taking a dump. And at the end, she's like, hey, guess what? I'm going to take a, and they bleep it. The fact that she actually said that was like, ugh.
Yeah, she's filthy. Apparently they had to take her to the hospital, too.
Yeah. To the pretend hospital?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even turning this show on anymore.
Well,
not
it's
even during
just silly.
Not even during commercials of other shows will I go to that. I'm embarrassed when my wife comes in and sees that it's on. I feel like I got caught watching porno.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing. You turn on that show and you find that you have respect for Sanjaya.
Oh yeah, he's winning in the court of public opinion.
Oh my God, between him and Lou Diamond Phillips, you go, wow, those guys are great. Because everyone else looks so terrible.
Patty Blagojevich looks good on that show.
You're right. She actually does. You actually kind of feel for her on that show because everyone else is such a disaster.
The filthy wife of ousted governor of Illinois, Rod Blagojevich, looks good on this show by relative standards. Well, in the backwood, we played that clip from Alec Baldwin from his famous and infamous voicemail that he left for his daughter that was allegedly leaked by his ex-wife, Kim Basinger. No doubt that she or her lawyers was behind that. I mean, how else would it get out there? In the upcoming issue of Playboy, everybody's still reading that these days, he says, quote, I was very serious regarding suicide. I spoke to a lot of professionals who helped me. If I committed suicide, they, referring to Basinger's legal team, would have considered that a victory. Destroying me was their avowed goal. He also has a beef with Matt Lauer and the Today Show because they ran the story without ever contacting him. I'm not sure what they were supposed to do, except say, did you say this? Yes. Okay, cool. Because, I mean, it's clearly him. The famous voicemail to his daughter that got him into so much trouble way back when.
Hey, I want to tell you something, okay? And I want to leave a message for you right now, because, again, it's 10:30 here in New York on a Wednesday, and once again, I've made an of myself trying to get to a phone to call you at a specific time. When the time comes for me to make the phone call, I stop whatever I'm doing, and I go and I make that phone call at 11 o'clock in the morning in New York, and if you don't pick up the phone, at 10 o'clock at night, and you don't even have that phone turned on. I want you to know something, okay? I'm tired of playing this game with you. I'm leaving this message with you to tell you, you have insulted me for the last time. You have insulted me. You don't have the brains or the decency as a human being. I don't give a damn that you're 12 years old or 11 years old or that you're a child or that your mother is a thoughtless pain in the ass who doesn't care about what you do as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
You have humiliated me for the last time with this phone. And when I come out there next week, I'm going to fly out there for the day.
Uh-oh.
Just to straighten you out.
Yeah.
On this issue. I'm going to let you know just how disappointed in you I am and how angry I am with you that you've done this to me again. You've made me feel like and you've made me feel like a fool over and over and over again. And this crap you pull on me with this phone situation that you would never dream of doing to your mother, and you do it to me constantly.
Divorce
and
is great.
over and over again.
Divorce is
I'm going to
excellent.
get on a plane, and I'm going to come out there for the day, and I'm going to straighten your out when I see you. Do you understand me? I'm going to really make sure you get it. Then I'm going to get on a plane, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to come home. So you better be ready
We don't need those
Friday, the
details.
20th, to meet with me. So I'm going to let you know just how I feel about what a rude little pig you really are. You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
Who may, in fact, be 11 or 12. Can't be sure. I'm just
Not
your dad.
sure. I don't know. I'm too mad to think straight. Your mom hates me.
I wish, and the daughter no doubt replied, "Dear Dad, I wish there was some way you could express your anger and frustration over the phone. Obviously, that's impossible. Please fly out here and straighten me out."
Oh, that is just classic.
I remember when that came out, we got a lot of calls and emails from people saying, you know what? I bet every parent who's ever lost their temper would have a voicemail or could have a recorded conversation where they bawled out their child in a similar manner.
Yeah, oh, that's true. I
Probably,
know I have.
yeah.
Oh, I know I've done that. Yeah, you make them cry. Then you feel bad, like miserable, stick yourself, like drown yourself bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like want to kill yourself bad.
Which is what he went through, he said.
Oh, that's terrible when you lose your cool with your kids. I've done it, believe me.
Probably makes Alec Baldwin feel better that now when he brings it up, we play the clip.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd like to be
probably
cruising
helps.
around and some show plays that deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yikes. Now, what he was saying about the phone issue sounds very similar to Zane to what you were saying with your son about calling and the phone not being on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big problem at our house. The fact that the kid and he doesn't charge it or whatever reason it's not turned on, and I'm like, why did I get you the damn phone?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've had those issues.
It is frustrating when you have that cell phone to stay connected or whatever. There was one time where my wife and I went to see a movie in the mall, and she hated the movie, so she said, "I'm going to go shopping. Don't worry, I'll have my cell phone." And so the movie gets over, and I'm walking all through the mall trying to find her.
Yeah.
Calling, direct to voicemail. Calling, direct to voicemail.
Yeah, I hate
phone
that.
was off and in the purse, making it very difficult to.
Yes.
And I'm sure, I don't know that the voicemail would have been as harsh as that. But if I had been mic'd at that moment, I'm sure I was muttering all sorts of things that I didn't really mean.
It is amazing how frustrating cell phones can be on your life, how much frustration it can bring. Like, have you ever had this where you're going to call somebody? Like, I mean, it typically would have to be your wife, but in your case, Zane, it could be your kids too, where you go, ooh, I need to get a hold of them right now. And you call, and then faintly you hear a buzzing or a ring somewhere else in the house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you wander around looking, and you realize it's on the counter in the bathroom that they didn't take the phone. You go,
yeah.
Oh, it's going to do a lot of good right there.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, you're really going to know I need salad with that there.
With my kids, it started out.
I hate when I don't get my salad.
It's always something stupid like that, too. It's never an emergency.
No.
It's always something dumb.
Quickly, it started out with us with, okay, family plan. You and Jackie each have a phone, and you share your minutes. You get this many minutes to call and this many minutes to text. So after they were 300 minutes over, 10 cents a text, I got charged, and I was like, okay, if that happens again, it's done. I lost that battle because just recently I was asked, see, my wife, the kids made a good enough case to Mom, who presented to me the evidence for unlimited texting. Now I pay even more, and I gave up. I said I will not fight this battle. Do it. Absolutely do it, so I do not have to fight text. Oh, my gosh.
It probably is easier to throw, if you can afford it, throw your hands in the air rather than being the text Nazi every month saying, how many texts did you do?
Yeah, it was getting frustrating. That's another, you just don't want to, I don't want to harp on them over every damn thing. So I figured I'd leave him alone in that one. Okay, you can do it.
But better leave the phone on. That's the key.
I just want to get a hold of you, damn it. And then his latest excuse, well, I didn't bring it with me. Why didn't you bring it? My pants don't have pockets. So I have to go to the store and buy him pants with pockets.
What boy has pants with no pockets?
His shorts. His shirt, he wears like the type of shorts you play basketball
like
in.
running shorts or whatever, yeah.
They come down to like whatever, Nike shorts that he wears outside for knocking around in. They're not like khakis that have pockets. So he doesn't have any pockets, so he doesn't bring his phone.
From now on, you can only play basketball in cargo shorts until you remember to carry your phone.
Or some type of apparatus with a collar around his neck.
Yeah.
So he looks like Engineer Sean or something.
Yeah.
Bungee it right to his arm.
24-hour-a-day Bluetooth, just in case you get an important call. That's what you need to do. We'll take a break. It is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Hey. 97.9 GRD, Grand Rapids Rock Alternative. It's the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Showers early, some isolated thunderstorms later. 70 the high, 65. Kind of rainy downtown GR. It hasn't stopped looking like it's rainy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of gray.
Oh, nothing worse than, as you know, gray in the morning.
No, it's the worst.
No matter what's being discussed.
Well, any time of the day, really. Nobody enjoys gray.
That's been proven. I mean, time and time again.
Yeah.
For the last 12 months, I know for sure nobody liked gray in the morning.
Statistically speaking, maybe 1.5% likes gray in the morning.
And even less now.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. Good God.
It's a fact. It's all gray in the morning.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, some idiot's telling you about how to break down the pick and roll.
Oh, yeah. That's super.
Really bums you out.
I'm at a bank. That's what you do.
Jeez.
1-800-947-3979. You can email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. As we were saying earlier, there's a chance the Lions would move their training camp to Grand Valley State. That would make it much more we'd still do it, but it would be a little bit weird to think that while we were insulting them and reminding everyone that they have no chance of being successful during the season, that they could conceivably be flipping through the stations and tune into ours and hear just that as they're getting ready to go do their two-a-days.
I would love that. But I wouldn't go out of my way. I mean, that's too early to attack them, though, because, you're kind of, there's nothing really fresh has happened, and they haven't done anything wrong, and I think, since the season ended.
No, that's true.
Did they want to go there just so they can scrimmage against a
better team,
level of team that can beat them?
You play up to your competition, so they would play against Grand Valley.
Yeah. It should be about equal in Division II NFL team.
What's the quarterback's name again?
Matthew Stafford.
I think he's going to be okay. A lot of people have said he's done everything right up to this point.
Any other team, you would give them that benefit of the doubt. But
yeah.
with the Lions, they have earned the scorn they get by consistently failing. And, you could say, well, that Matt Millen's gone. It's not like they were good before that. They had been embarrassing for a long time.
They've got a history of getting quarterbacks who are supposed to be great, who either underperform or they ruin. One or the other. I don't know which one it is, but
the Lions deny that they are considering a move of their training camp. They currently, this will be their 8th straight based in Allen Park. This is not something that would happen this year. Fan access is very limited. From 97 through 2001, the Lions held training camp at Saginaw Valley State.
Oh boy, what a scenic place that is.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Before that, training camp was at the Silverdome, and before that, Oakland University in Rochester. It was there for 14 years.
Yeah, it was there a long time.
So we'll see. I hope they do better. Don't get me wrong.
I do too. Everybody hopes that they do better. It's just, realistically, you don't expect much.
No. Most of the experts say if they win 5 this year, that would be a reason to have a parade. That's not a reason to look forward to the season to me.
Right?
No, not really.
Yeah, they've kind of lost me, and they can get me back pretty quick with a couple good wins.
Same thing happened with the Tigers when they were losing 119 games. Everybody was kind of off.
Yeah, they can't get any worse. That's the thing. They lost all their stupid games. They can't get any worse.
Yeah. There's not much to go.
But I wouldn't feel optimistic unless they won about 7 or 8 games.
Yeah, exactly. And the difference with the Tigers is in the back of your mind, you still knew that they were owned by Ilitch, who had a track record of success in at least one sport. So you thought, Wings. Well, at some point maybe this will turn around, and eventually it did. But the Lions are still owned by Ford, and he sucks, and everyone knows it.
That's a fact.
So I don't No.
We'll see. Be good for West Michigan to have the Lions here doing training camp. That'd be very good.
That would be cool.
Bring some money into the community. People go check it out, and it's always fun to have something like that going on. So maybe. Certainly, Grand Valley has the right facility, an 8,600-seat football stadium, the indoor practice facility with the 100-yard indoor field. So if the weather's bad, they have either choice. They're close to the lake shore, so the players and their families would be able to enjoy their time here in West Michigan. That's all good.
I would think Grand Valley wouldn't want them there. They've got a pretty successful football team that might want to use those facilities, too, at that time of the year.
Well, if the timing matches up, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I don't know how early the college guys
or they
start
just
practicing
alternate,
together,
one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
Yeah.
By the way, Coach goes to our church, and Coach Martin, I think Mrs. Martin needs to tell him to stop wearing Laker pullover warm-up gear to church.
Well, you're very old school, though.
Well, I know, but it looks like he's on the sidelines. All he needs is a headset.
Does he wear really like a nylon pullover or something to church?
You mean you don't wear a
Coach
Free Beer
Martin?
and Hot Wings hoodie when you go to church?
No, I wear tie, long sleeve shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying he has to wear that, but I'm just saying I wish it might be a good idea to not look like you're roaming the sidelines.
Maybe he's recruiting,
screaming at the defensive coordinator.
It does seem.
Come on.
Coach Martin's been on the show before. We've met him a number of times. He's a wonderful man, but yeah, maybe it's time to gear down.
Well, maybe he wants to make sure he's represented in church. God sees him directly. It really stands out. Oh,
you think
there's
so?
that Chuck Martin.
He's not calling in plays to God. He doesn't need to be seen that much.
Maybe he is.
Oh, you won't believe this. Listen to this. Holy cow. I know I was out of town last weekend with you guys, so I didn't go to the same. I went to Mass in Springfield. And but the S hit the fan because there was a homily. On the weekend's homily was about getting in the mode of getting in the mindset of reflective meditation or prayer during the hours of the Mass. And that includes time driving to Mass, avoiding distractions, preparing yourself, getting there early enough to sit there quietly with your thoughts, engage fully in the Mass through song and prayer. Wait till the final blessing and then leave. Don't just walk out after communion, which is a big
people do that.
Very rude.
Yeah, I always
people get
hated
communion
that.
and they walk out.
Yeah, there are certain people who have always done that.
That's incredibly rude.
Yeah, you get the people that show up at the last minute.
What, beat the traffic?
It's
I don't know. It's the people who feel compelled to go to church but don't really want to be there, so they can't wait to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, just stay home if you're going to do that. I think.
Yeah, so that's what this was about, and specifically addressed. Look, and it's become a problem more and more that cell phones go off during the Mass, and he indicated that the only time this could possibly be acceptable is if there's a physician who is on call, and that is true. I know the physician who has that happen.
Sure.
So please leave them at home or silence them completely. I don't even bring mine.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
able
that guy.
I wouldn't be able to bring mine because as soon as I got the slightest bit bored, I would be checking stuff on the internet or checking email.
Yeah, I just leave it in the car.
Yeah,
so,
I'd have to.
At the 5 o'clock Mass on Saturday, or 4:30 Mass, I forget what time they do it. I think I don't go to that one that much. But, the homily will end, and Father Ron will walk back up the steps and sit in his chair and sit quietly for a moment before you stand up to do the creed. And he's seated there. And guess what happened? As soon as 1 minute after he got done lecturing them or giving the homily about not being distracted and having no cell phone, somebody's cell phone went off.
Oh boy, and I bet he did too.
Oh my gosh, he's got a bald head. I can just envision how red it was. Because when he gets ticked, oh, look out. Oh. And so the next day is Sunday, same homily. He tells that story I just told, and he described it as he was sickened. He actually got physically ill when he heard doot 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 doot. I can only imagine what it was like in there.
I wish I'd been there.
Can you imagine that guy?
Being
I would
the
never
person.
return to that parish again. I would say, I'm sorry, I'm going to St. John Vianney. I can't go anymore. I'm out.
I'd pretend like it wasn't mine and look at the guy next to me and go,
jerk.
God. Yeah, let it keep ringing. Remember,
at your wife's father's funeral at the home when everybody was going up to the front and sharing their memories and lots of tears, and it's a somber, but you're also celebrating his life. There was a lady sitting right in front of Hot Wings Joe and I.
Oh,
where
I hated that
her
lady.
phone went off, and it was just a boop, 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 boop. And she couldn't figure out how to silence it. She's pushing the buttons with her over makeup face.
Yeah, she couldn't find it first. She's fumbling around for it and then can't get it off.
We did what we do. We muttered, whatever you do, don't go outside.
Come on, what are you doing?
Stay here.
Yep. Keep
Be
it
louder.
Up.
Be more distracting.
And then, of course, it had gone to voicemail, and then when the voicemail comes chiming, and it makes noise again, and it goes off again. And
well, how could you possibly have known that was going to happen?
Oh, my God.
And everybody's had their phone go off at a time when you thought it was silenced or you just forgot to silence it. It's embarrassing, but you have to react appropriately.
You got to be quick.
You have to give the look around to people of, God, I'm stupid.
Well, and at the start of Mass, they say, okay, in preparation for a celebration, please ready yourself by silencing. They actually say it.
Like at the movies when they show Mr. Popcorn saying,
don't
forget to turn it off.
They didn't always do that. They just let it be because it seemed weird. But now they do, and people still don't listen. It's amazing. I don't understand how that happens.
What time do you go to church? We should all. You don't take it in though. It's not even a chance to catch you because I was going to say we could all try to call you every week to see if you were the one, but you don't. You wouldn't allow that to happen.
Bring it.
You're not going to fall prey to it.
No.
No, you leave it in the car. I mean, unless you are facing some sort of an emergency. Like if I went to church now without Carrie, then I would take it with me inside in case, God forbid, there's some sort of emergency. But otherwise, especially if we're together, just leave it in the car.
Yeah.
There's no point. You don't need it in there. Who's going to call you? Who do you need to call that's so important that it can't wait 1 hour?
Now, Zane, I know it's always very comfortable for you whenever your church and the radio show come together. Maybe we should – this is Hot Wings. I think you'll like this idea.
Okay.
Joe won't like this idea, but you'll understand why. It'd be a fun Joe stunt to send Joe out. I'd be willing to come in for this to the studios. And we could call Joe over and over again. We would have him on one line and be carrying a second cell phone with the ringer turned up very loud, and it would be the producer Joe cell phone rings until the priest yells at him challenge.
No.
Oh, man.
I'll only do that if you send him to a synagogue.
Or
some other denomination.
I'll go to a hand clapper. That's cool with me.
Yeah.
It can't be like all of a sudden it goes off. Oh, hang on, that's my phone. Wait,
I can't find. Oh man, it's in here somewhere. I can't. My pants are a little tight. I can't get it. Can't get it out. I can't.
Sorry,
get
Father.
This to go off.
That's not mine. That's this guy's.
Wait.
Oh, it is mine.
Wait.
It is mine.
Okay. It just went to voicemail. Okay, it's cool.
I got it.
It won't. It
All
won't.
right.
There's no way it'll go off.
I think I shut it off. No, I don't think that.
Oh no!
Oh God!
I just put it back in my bag.
Oh God! I thought I put that on silent. Oh my God!
Sorry, Father. It's cool. You don't mind.
Yeah.
I know you just
It's
got
no
done
big
telling
deal.
everybody.
I mean, everybody can wait around for me.
Cool. We'll do that Joe stunt this weekend.
I want no part of it. I want no part of it.
Well, we just won't tell you.
I don't even want to be here. You know what?
Well, you'll be at the church. You'll know what's happening.
No, do not.
Anyone who goes to Zane's church, if a phone rings more than one time, you know that it's a hilarious Joe stunt taking place, and that he is 100% behind it.
Please, I have enough trouble already. I'm already being judged left and right. That's another story.
What?
People
don't judge at churches.
I'm getting more courage to tell that one.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to tell that one.
Right now, I bet you right now somebody's ass just got tight as soon as I referenced it.
I can see the judgment part of me says you shouldn't tell that one. The radio part of me is ready to go as long as we need to allow you to tell that.
Well, I'm considering starting it by the blog. I would post the one letter and then my response on the blog. That would draw traffic.
That'd be a powerful blog. Because that's a really honest blog.
And
because you showed us what you wrote. I think you should think it over before you decide to do that. But please do it.
But it's great because it wouldn't involve any work at all. It's already been written. There's already been an exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Chris, if you have a problem with that, you have to send me a text message. If I don't hear from you in 1 minute, that means it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep, if we don't hear Keyboard Cat coming from his phone.
I love the Eric Zane bargain deal. If you don't call me back right now.
Oh, no, wait, that's him.
Remember when you fired your tax guy that time? You called him and left him an ultimatum on his voicemail.
Were you with me when that happened?
You told us about it. If you don't call me back in the next 9 minutes and 45 seconds,
You're
like
fired.
It's a radio contest,
you're fired.
Then I will fire you. I need to start doing that.
You have
Give
the
people
clock is
crazy
ticking now.
timelines.
If you pick this up, if you don't get this message till 10 minutes after, that means it's too late. Don't bother.
You have 7 minutes and 13 seconds starting now.
I like it. All right. Cool.
Okay.
So that Joe stunts this Sunday.
No, no, it's not.
Yep.
It's not this Sunday.
Joe, you good with that?
I am.
No, don't be good with that.
Oh, yeah, I think that would be great. Plus he'll blend right in as the guy at Catholic Church with flip-flops and hobbit feet.
He actually will. Yeah. That's another big problem.
Yeah.
Too casual.
Wear a football jersey with it, Joe.
Yeah, you'd fit right in. You're the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, nobody will notice. Sport some Crocs.
No, better yet, dress like you're the manager of a baseball team.
Yeah.
Wearing cleats and full uniform, though you have no intention of being involved in any of the action.
This all started with the discussion about Coach Martin dresses like Pop Warner on the sidelines at church.
Fantastic.
Mrs. Martin, dress your husband better. We're tired of seeing him in football warm-ups.
I think it's funny that Zane's considering sharing an email that someone sent about judging, yet he's telling Coach Martin to dress more appropriately for church.
Well, I'm not saying
Though
it's
it's
bad.
not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
When you see the email that Zane got, it's considerably different.
Oh, my gosh.
But you will see.
Yeah, you will.
It's been over a minute, so that means he's cool with it.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
It'll be up there in a few minutes.
JT is in next. It's 97.9 GRD.